Hey,
Welcome, everybody.
Look at that's very Christmassy.
I had to make sure it was in frame. Yeah, and it also little paw stocking for the pup. So that's gonna get filled up with dog treats as we go.
The best part here is that you've had to like drag that over into the corner.
Oh no, that's literally where it is. It's not in a very opportune spot. We have a small place, and it's kind of in the center of most things. But it's worth it because it's 2020, and if we can't rely on Christmas semantics, then what can we do?
All right.
I still have my Halloween gourds that were there a month ago. So in the last stream, so I'm.
I found the mute button just before I sneezed. I was like, I'm going to sneeze. Quick, where's the mute button?
I have this handy button on top of my mic that I can just tap and it'll mute for me. I'm very pleased with it.
Yeah, I don't want to, because if I touch my microphone, it'll make a, sound.
Yeah.
So
gotta,
even though I'm trying to be quiet, you're just going to hear this fumbling around every time I try to do that. So I'd rather just click the mute button.
Yeah, it's better. You got one of those like nice studio mics or something.
This mic is like 10 years old, my friend.
I mean,
it's on the
fritz. Hasn't changed that much.
The funny thing is that it has an adapter that allows me to connect it to like iPad stuff, but it uses the old, like really fat adapter. You know what I'm talking about? So like now they have the lightning cable. But back in the day, they used to have the one that was like 1 inch wide to charge. So like it has that adapter, and I'm just like, this is useless.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm like, Apple, why you do this? Why you not just use USB like everybody else?
Well, that's your problem. You're using Apple.
So I'll have to see if I can actually use this dice roller, because last time it would not work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I have other
roll for you.
Yeah, and it just lagged the shit out of my system,
which is very strange.
You know what I've forgotten to do is.
Okay, that worked. Oh, maybe it is working this time. I don't need to roll 20. Okay, continually clicking the dice just adds more. It doesn't eventually go down. Oh, yeah, seems to work. Maybe
this dice roll doesn't seem to want to let me log in.
Nah, not today.
Yeah. Strange.
It's because it's on Wix. Wix is horrible. Wix should die.
Wow.
So bad.
My first portfolio was on Wix.
Good old JavaScript. No, Flash. JavaScript? I can't remember.
Flash script, action script.
I just know that, like, it's, I have strong feelings about Wix.
Yeah, apparently.
Sorry. Sorry if anyone works for Wix.
Yeah, Wix should go die. I think it was.
Why don't you just tell us how you really feel? And don't hold back.
Yeah.
I feel like I probably should have had another cup of coffee.
Yeah, I did chug one down just before this. Feeling energized, but now I've got my water. Keep the old vocal cords lubricated.
Dave would know, but I'm not a coffee guy. I don't drink coffee.
So the thing is, Murray, because we work at the same studio, we get upset when you don't ask me to go for coffee. And I always said the same thing. It's like, you don't drink coffee. Like, how am I supposed to accommodate that? What am I supposed to do?
I'm like, we don't hang out anymore. I'm like,
yeah.
Tell me
like
you never write, you never call. Yeah.
Tell me.
It's like if you approach me and you're like, John, do you want to come out for a smoke? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't smoke.
Murray doesn't smoke? Oh, you just meant in general. I thought you meant.
It's just an example, yeah.
This dice roller is not letting me log in through any of the.
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to make an account now.
Well, I'm trying to actually.
You should just be able to use your Google account.
That's what I'm trying. Yeah.
I just use my Facebook because I'm not ashamed.
You should just
'Cause I'm
get
not
another
ashamed.
camera. We should all get a second camera so we can just do our physical dice rolls and have a second camera that shows our dice rolls from above. That is like
That would be pretty fun.
That would be a very busy screen. I mean,
What,
this is
what
the
we should
solution.
do
very
is just
cool
get like a mirror right here that just beams down at the table. So when I roll, like it looks like a little picture-in-picture, but it's just a mirror. You know?
Yeah, Murray, why don't you have that ready?
Yeah.
We asked you to do that.
Basically a dice periscope.
Dice periscope.
Look, to be honest, like if you guys want to roll physical dice, please go ahead. I've kind of used this as a solution to kind of let people watching see what the dice rolls are instead of us kind of like calling it out. That's up to you. If it's just not working, it's just not working.
I could roll onto a tray and just present the tray every time.
Yeah, that's.
And then the dice just fall off the tray.
You've got some very convoluted solutions to this problem.
But I think
Practice.
we need creative solutions. Creative or convoluted?
Just thinking out of the box.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay, 1 second.
How are you guys all feeling this morning?
All right. Trying to think. So a bunch of us got some XP rewards, but I'm assuming we shouldn't apply those yet.
No.
Yeah, that would be strange if suddenly like Maris is like pew 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 spells.
You're just like, I got it. I know all the spells.
But
I
damn,
love that we can see Dave like just doing his thing.
Oh wow!
in the
reflection. What is that
Yeah.
reflection?
I think it's a television.
Oh, yeah. Extra monitor. Why does it look like he has a stroller? I'm guessing that's like an extra cycle or something.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's his little
That's
exercise
the dog
cycle
stroller.
there. Yeah.
No dog stroller. That's
Oh, you think, are you trying to figure out what this is?
Good old dog stroller.
It's your exercise bike.
I think I can't compete with the concept of dog stroller, so I think we should go with that.
for a big husky.
Dave, did you throw your Seraphon book up there as a nice little wink and a nod?
No, it's just cool. Like I'm just happy. I've had to wait for a new Seraphon book for feels like 5 years, and I finally got it. So
Do you want
cherish it.
a moment to espouse the great faction that is Seraphon?
Dinosaurs riding other dinosaurs needs no espousement. They're cool. Simple as that.
All right.
That reminds me of a scene in the recent. I don't know if you guys know, but they did a reboot of DuckTales.
Oh yeah, I heard
There's a more modern DuckTales. So my kid's been watching that because he can't stand the old stuff. So, but there was a scene where I don't know if this is spoilers or not, but there's like these moon civilization. There's a civilization on the moon, and then there's like some battle thing, and then they all became buddies afterwards, and some of them decided to stay on Earth. And so there's a scene where the ducks are hanging out with these moon people, and then they go feeding ducks bread. And then the moon people, like, they look at the ducks and they look at the ducktail people, and they're like,
so just try like.
What was the segue to this?
dinosaurs on dinosaurs.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair.
So ducks feeding ducks?
Ducks feeding ducks. Yeah, that was great. I mean, it's just like how one of Mickey's best friend is a dog, but he's also got a pet dog, and nobody ever comments on it. Anyways, so it's just hilarious that they finally kind of mention it.
I feel like you have to suspend your disbelief when you're watching a cartoon, right?
Oh,
yeah.
When there's dinosaurs,
it has so many holes.
Yeah.
When there's dinosaurs riding dinosaurs, you have to suspend your disbelief.
Oh no, that's real.
Yeah, that's serious business. There's nothing to suspend.
Proven.
Yeah,
That's
proven. We've got archaeologists, we got paleontologists, the greatest minds. They know that to be true. Quick question, everybody. Do we have a hard cutoff for today for anybody?
Not really, but I'm sure in the 4 or 5 hour mark, my wife's gonna be kind of like, "When are you done?"
Okay, we're not going to go for 4 or 5 hours here. Just to set expectations early, I'm thinking 3 hour maximum, and perhaps before that, so that we can have a nice succinct cutoff.
Oh.
Well, I believe we'll probably be playing through lunch. But we can always take a break midway if you guys are waning a bit. Just give me a heads up, and we can take a 10-minute break. Refresh ourselves, and then get back to it. But aside from that, I don't think there's any kind of other details to go over. Can I ask you? It's been a couple of weeks now. It's almost been a month, actually.
It's been a month.
Wow, almost since Halloween.
Yes, and we're returning to the spooktacular.
Now is the Thanksgiving stream.
Yeah.
On theme.
For not in Canada.
The US, yeah.
Yeah.
I should probably make that clear. US and Canada have different Thanksgiving dates. Who would like to go over the details of what happened last session?
I can do it, if you like.
I would like that, yes, please.
All right. So the three of us, Maris, Phallus, and Gordon the Everlasting, whom we've known all our lives, friends forever, we find ourselves on this island of which the name I don't remember, but it's a popular island.
It's a city, I think.
A city.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everything's an island when we are in the realm of that.
If you zoom out enough, everything's an island. Yes, true.
Yes, it is. It is city, and just because
something about spires.
Pretty damn close, actually. Just to let you know, it's called Brightspear. I called it Brightspire early in the last session. That was incorrect. That's
right. Something about circles and spires.
Yes.
And there is a festival going on. That's a well-known festival. We had a wonderful guide in Todd, who is definitely not creepy at all. And I still don't know whether that's because the character is creepy or just Franco in general is creepy.
I didn't get the whole creepiness of him. You guys seem to be freaked out by this genuinely nice fellow. So maybe that speaks more about yourselves.
We're from a big city. We're from a big city. If someone comes up and talks to you, it's not a good interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the eagerness.
Yeah.
The eagerness in his voice and the voice itself.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's more about the DM and then about that.
Yeah. Maybe that might be it. Yeah, why don't you point your fingers?
I want Todd to come back, because didn't Todd run away before the end of it?
Maybe he might have escaped. But
Todd is a mysterious figure.
We'll make a point of trying to find him, hunt him down, make sure he's okay.
We're gonna hunt Todd down.
Hunt him down. Are you?
Who's creepy now? Who's creepy now? You met somebody once on the street, and you're gonna go hunt him down.
I don't remember the story. Continue, Murray.
Right. So
I don't want to get my ghost stories mixed up here.
He got us involved in a bunch. Well, he took us around and played a bunch of festival games, including a grabbing nuts game.
What?
Yeah, no, that's
know.
true. That's correct.
That's true.
There was you had to
a
grab
bag of nuts.
walnuts out of the fire or something.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a game that was played. It's no, that was just
it's a game not to burn your hands.
That was a stall where you could get some free food.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Grabbing nuts game.
Grabbing nuts game. Classic.
We're off to
and
a great
then
start.
there was some sermon service by a guy who definitely looked like he's a follower of. I was going to say Sigmund, but Sigmar.
Sigmar is correct, yeah. His name is the best brother Ander.
Welcome to the Age of Sigmund.
Age of Sigmar and Roy. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Sigmund.
And then Doom went to 8, and a bunch of things appeared out of nowhere and started attacking the good old brother and attacking all the people. And then we started doing. Yeah, they were ghosts. Ghosts.
And we learned bullets don't work against ghosts.
Well, they don't work that well, but they work well enough, especially against, was it an executioner or something like that? It's a big baddie guy that we basically one-shotted. And then well, that wasn't so bad. And then we went over and trying to help some of the people flee. And then the area became kind of dangerous. So we went back to the brother and protected him while he casted some plot spell. And
That's
really-
where I almost shot
you're
him
really,
because I
really
thought he was
reducing,
attacking.
taking me out of the story here.
you're being
Yeah.
quite reductive at this point.
And then he cleared the place, and everything was okay again. I think Doom went down back to 3 or so, and I think that's roughly where we ended. If I
Okay.
recall correctly.
I had a couple
Gives-
questions.
Yes.
Then I went on a couple names. My notes have been destroyed in the in the
In the
ravages of
fire,
time. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I was like, I don't want to go down that road. What's the name of the priest?
Yes, so that's Best Brother Ander. Best
Best
Brother is
Brother?
more, it's more of a title, like Brother Ander, but he's the best brother. Like
He's the best man.
Yeah,
Best brother.
he's the
That's
best
really funny. I
brother
like that.
Ander.
Okay,
Man, if I ever create a religion, I'm gonna give a rank as being just best brother.
best brother.
Yeah.
Brightspear, that's the city, just FYI. We went over that. What else?
What's the name of the
you guys,
What's the
captain?
name? There was a name of trying to remember exactly like what happened, but there's basically a benediction for people who've died, and I think if I remember correctly, there was someone specifically called out.
Cool.
In that.
So one other detail.
Oh yeah, the dark mysterious figure that Mara spotted, nobody else spotted, and then ran off, and then we never.
That too, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't know their name. You haven't met them.
Oh.
But the so the festival itself is called the Festival of Memory. Just to refresh your memory. It is a festival in which people will remember those that died during the Necroquake. You will remember those that died in that current year, and you can celebrate their memory however you wish, whether it be self-reflection or partying. And the person that was called out specifically, Dave, is Ceramus.
And what was the context?
Who was a scholar at the Domini University.
Domino's University, got it.
That person no
Domino's-
longer exists.
Domino's University.
Domino's
Yeah.
Pizza Academy.
Your degree,
Got it.
your degree in 30 minutes, or it's free.
Yeah.
Where it's cheap and filling.
What was the name of the captain of the guards or something? As a lady.
You don't know her name,
Okay,
or at least
but
I don't think that you asked her name. But there is a captain of the guard. Yeah.
That we
I don't think we talked to her.
We fought alongside. So
Yes.
we're all good friends now.
I think that she kind of commended you for your help in the plaza you were in. And so right now, you guys were able to clear the area of ghostly fiends. The Best Brother Ander, he was able to channel a ritual spell that closed off the vortex that began spawning these apparitions. And so the plaza you're in is relatively safe, but overhead you can see thousands of chain rasps and glaive wraiths and general ghosts swirling around the air in the city. And at this point, Brother Ander moves up to you and he says, "Thank you for your help with defeating those fiends. I've noticed that in the sky, these ghosts seem to be heading to a particular spot. If you look at them, they have some sort of method to their madness." And sure as he says, you look up and you can kind of see there's not a definite highway of ghosts, but they generally all seem to be moving in the same direction. And it seems to be towards the lower ring of the city. So there's the upper tier and the lower tier. And if you recall, Brightspear is this multi-platformed city, a circle on top and a circle on the bottom, built upon Agloraxian runes. And the top, the upper tier slowly rotates along with, it would be, not actually, it is, there's realms of light and darkness.
Heish is
Day-
light,
day and night.
Ulgu is
Hish.
dark.
Hish and Ulgu, thank you. So
Fish or
it'll...
Heish?
It's okay. As long as
Okay.
you're saying one of those, it'll be okay. Yeah.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
I could Google it, and I'm sure somebody's figured
Depends
it
on
out.
where you're from.
Right, it's it's based on your your accent.
Canadian or Canadian?
Dialect, yeah.
You know.
Anyway, so that's the city you're in, and you can see that these ghosts are traveling towards the lower district. So Brother Andor implores you to ply your craft, as he's seen you do so well, and to move to find out what is going on with these ghosts, and perhaps solve the crisis.
Do we have? Let's see.
Are we doing this for free? Out of the kindness of our heart?
I think
I
we're
was
doing
hoping.
this not to die. What looks like I my character sheet reset a little bit in PDF, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But
Okay.
I wanted to know, are wounds and everything back to normal?
Thanks for
Sorry,
saying that,
wounds
because
and
I was just about to say, please refresh your toughness.
Good.
I have no wounds, but I was down some toughness. So now I'm refreshed.
Perfect. Do you feel good?
Sure.
All right.
In Murray terminology, he's fantastic, actually.
Oh,
So,
that's great. Okay.
yeah,
He's ecstatic.
yeah.
Well, brother, we would like to help, but I'm afraid some of our weapons are not very effective against these ghouls. I don't suppose you have anything that might help us.
I'm a simple man of Sigmar. I have nothing on me that I can help you with.
You say simple, but I just saw you took care of thousands of ghouls and lower our doom by 5.
Mechanically, yes, but thematically, no.
Couldn't you enchant our bullets with whatever you did to get rid of those ghosts?
And
then,
feel like you're
Maris
giving
holds
me a
up
lot
her
more
gun.
credit. You're giving me a lot more credit than I think I deserve. I am able to conduct rituals, but I must concentrate on this one to keep it active. I'm unfortunately unable to go with you. But I love this city, and I sure would love it if you guys saved it.
Well then, how about the guards then? It'll be much more effective. We have more people along with us, aside from 3 random strangers who have just come to the town. We don't even know our way around the festival, let alone the city itself. How do we go from top to bottom?
You just go downhill. Just go downhill. You'll find at the edge of the upper tier a set of staircases, and that will allow you to get to the lower tier. As for guards, well, our militia captain here, whose name I'm about to tell you from my notebook. I'm an old man, and I sometimes forget some names. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast today. Oh yes, of course, it's Mara. And Mara's standing there. She's just kind of like,
just classic my name right here.
Classic best brother.
Yeah, and Mara is there. She says, thank you so much for your help. You've saved so many lives this day. But Brother Andor is right. I'm going to go down and try to rally my troops and fight back and help the people of the city as best I can. But I think that a small group moving forward to scout the area and to gather information before we arrive would be extremely useful.
Well, ma'am, you're putting a lot of trust in some strangers you just met. We won't let you down, and we definitely won't just flee the island on our own because we have no vested interest in this place.
Yeah, because if you did that, it's likely that you would die on your way out. So we all got to stick together on this one.
That's a fair point. I was not contemplating that at all.
All right, well, Gord, Phallus, shall we?
Still hate that name.
Gord?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
What have you got against Gordon?
I gotta see.
Nothing.
So I apologize. I need to be correcting my character sheet a little bit because the PDF dumped half of it. But I'll see if I can do my Gordon voice. Yes, let's go. Let's clear this city out and go back to wherever it is we came from.
That's right. There's probably a whole bunch of food waiting for us in Torland.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard of Tolan, but I'm glad that you're here now.
Before we go, I want to do a very quick spell check.
Mhm.
Did we ever? It was never established what had broken that pillar, right?
No.
Okay, so I want to go over to it. I have a spell that I need to look up.
Ooh, reveal plot.
Yeah, it's pretty much that kind of a spell exactly. I just gotta dig it up here.
I always like those meta spells. Like there's in Pathfinder, there's like certain abilities where you can like literally ask the DM for a hint. It's like that's literally what the thing is for. It's just like, oh, that's okay. But obviously they play. Yeah, they play it off as like you asked the god. Yeah.
So this is Provenance. The target is an object or a structure within short range. So Gordon's going to go over and touch or at least like look at the crumbled obelisk. And I'm going to do a channeling test, which channeling for me is, would you say mind channeling?
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
But is there a channeling skill?
Yes. That's that's like the spell casting skill. So we'll go up to 5.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
So first dice roll of the game, baby. We got, I'm also going to boost one of those 3s to a 5. So I get 4 successes. Ooh. And basically what this means is it's 4-1. And I get an additional truth per successes. So you got to give me, you got to give me 4 truths about this obelisk.
You can't lie to me.
Yeah.
So I can ask the GM one question about the object, which they must answer truthfully. Each additional success allows you to ask another question about it. Questions maybe what's it's made of, what magical traits it has, who was its last owner, and so on. So the and so on is, who knows? But I'm going to start by saying, like, can I ask how this was broken?
Absolutely. It looks like this is a very ancient pillar, and it was broken during the necroquakes. So, like, from your guys' perspective, by the way, Phallus and Maris, you just see Gordon. He walks over to this giant obelisk, and he just starts getting handsy with it.
Oh yeah,
his hands all over.
I want to imagine him just asking it questions directly, and it just talks back to
Who
him.
hurt you so much?
No, he is. He's asking it questions. He's saying, what happened to you? What happened to you?
Yeah, I guess that'll be my first question. Yeah,
that's
the only question.
You believe that? The truth is, it was broken during the necroquakes. It is a fairly ancient structure, so it wasn't necessarily at like 100% hull integrity at that time.
And with all the infrastructure cuts, it hasn't been rebuilt in all that time. I want to know: is this magical?
Not that you can tell.
You can't lie to me.
I'm not lying.
Okay.
What do you think?
I gotta come up with two more questions
coy.
here. Yeah, I gotta
have to leave
more
them.
questions. No, but I got all this action economy that I need to do.
Yeah, that's important. If we don't find out the truth of this,
you should
big
just ask
rock,
if it's relevant.
Does it have any magical traits?
Nope.
Okay.
Will learning anything about it help us in this adventure?
Is it important to us?
Is this plot relevant?
No.
Okay. All right. He walks away to the next scene.
He walks away to the next. Starlight.
There's like Tatooine, like kind of a film.
Oh man, I love that. Yeah. Yeah. The soft gradient. Yeah.
For what it's worth, it's a beautiful pillar. It's made of marble.
Cool.
It seems to not have any current cultural significance, and
it's also impossible for us to take back.
Yes, you can't fit into your pockets, unfortunately.
Is this like a Washington Monument-sized obelisk? Like, is it huge, or is it like, like 10, 15 feet?
It's huge.
I'm going to level with you, Dave. The book doesn't give me like a foot amount, but in my imaginary world, that's like I can see this thing being like a washing. Like it's probably like 100 foot tall, and then it hits the ground at some point.
Small.
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
Everything is huge
and covered in skulls.
Yeah.
The way we like it. Okay. Cool.
So with that, you guys leave the plaza on your way to the lower district.
I have a bad feeling about this. I feel like they're just sending us off to die.
I have a bad feeling. The air is awash with ghosts, and this is where Phallus feels like this is probably a bad situation.
This is probably bad. Maris is like, I just want another candy apple. It's okay. Ghosts aren't that bad. Where'd Todd go?
Yeah, Maris is just walking along with a candy apple, and then Phallus is like hours after the battle, just suddenly going, I have a bad feeling about our current situation. You call me crazy. It's just a gut feeling.
I mean, and Phallus is right for whatever it's worth. Let's see. So you guys are in the Emberwalk district. And Emberwalk district is kind of a large area in the upper tier. And your destination is the Bastion district, which is where the Domini University is. You walk through the streets, and above you are thousands of ghosts. Amongst them, every time to time, you'll see a gyrocopter, which you can kind of figure that there may be some sort of like inter-city infrastructure built, like almost as if these are kind of like a bus kind of situation going on, where like maybe some people need to get to work, and they're
just going by gyrocopter. That's adorable. Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was.
What does the gyrocopters look like?
Let me tell you. So a gyrocopter is basically a helicopter in universe. They're a lot more steampunk looking, so they'll have steam coming out of the back. Some of the larger ones are dual rotored, but for the most part, you'll see just a single rotor. And they have like a little kind of cabin in the back where you might see. Well, this is not true for every gyrocopter, but in this case, there's like a cabin in the back where you might see extra seating for passengers.
Imagine like if the Wright brothers invented the helicopter first.
Why don't we have one in Torlin? How do we get one?
Maybe you guys can invest in some metro buses. Yeah.
There you go. That's your next adventure.
Maris got a trade cash.
Purchase a gyrocopter.
No, Maris got one in a trade cash. Just a gyrocopter sitting in like a storage unit.
So we bought a fleet. We bought a full fleet of secondhand gyrocopters.
Oh man, I just realized, Maris, you have yet to use any of your trade cash.
I know. Murray and I had talked about it.
Yeah.
But like, I do want to do that for like one of like maybe like a one-off or something like that, like trade cash.
Well, it's just you basically have luck points, right? That's how the mechanic works. Remember, you basically get like.
But we want to make the story relevant, not just.
Okay. Well, that would be. Okay. But I mean, like
we'll talk about it off air.
And back to scene.
Back to Fateful Knight. Back to the ghosties.
I feel like this is not the right forum for this.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are moving through the streets, and it seems like the Festival of Memory is still in full swing, despite there being thousands of spooky ghosties. And that's fair because some people celebrate differently. Population. Well, like, think about this. You're in your home celebrating with a few friends. You're not necessarily paying attention to the sky. You got a roof over your head.
Yeah, when was the last time you checked your dog to see if he casts a shadow on the floor?
What the fuck? Like suddenly your child's not casting a shadow. Like,
I mean,
so don't normally pay attention to, right?
Two things quick. First of all, I mean, good. Like that's a good analogy for what's happening in the city, but also what?
Okay, so people are still enjoying their
we're going downhill.
We're walking downhill.
People aren't screaming.
Are still enjoying.
They're taking crack shots at random ghosts in the sky.
Yeah, just why not? You see a couple of them kind of like wave off the arrows. You know,
they're getting a little too close. You just
they give you one of these.
One of these.
And,
okay, so we're still going down.
Yep, and so you pass by their residential areas. There are commercial areas. You pass by maybe what looks like a university or a college frat house. There's a fellow on a balcony there, and he's taking a big swig of something, and his collar's popped up.
It's got 5 collars. 5
It's
popped
Todd.
collars.
And
Yeah,
it's
it's Todd.
giant. It actually, Gordon, you look at this guy and his pop collar, you're a little bit jealous.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Am I jealous? Okay.
I don't know. He's got a huge pop collar.
I know you want to show us a picture. I get that your collar is like about here on you. His collar is like an arm's length tall.
Well, in that case,
Gord's gonna fight him.
he's out on the balcony away from the rest of the party.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast Aetheric Net on him.
Yeah.
So hang on, let me grab it. Basically, what this is gonna
Gordon's
do?
an asshole.
Yeah, he's very petty. You'd like to know he's a petty wizard. Okay, so he's gonna cast Aetheric Net, which is ranged long range.
Mm-hmm.
It is DN 5/2, so I'm gonna roll this again.
Oh,
Oh no!
oh no!
The
It
result.
backfires.
It fails. I can
1,
get
2, 3, 4,
I can get
1.
one success, but it's a DN 5/2, which actually means I'm gonna take a damage. Or actually, I'm gonna take. I got to roll on the miscast table.
Oh,
The thing
karma.
about spells where if you end up failing them, you're going to have to face some
Your shoelaces get tied.
consequences. Yeah.
And
but
then it
was-
just turns into an endless spell, and there's just like a massive net
Yeah.
flying through the
I
city.
like this idea that this guy's like taking a big drink of something. He's like, "Yo, check out my collar, dude!" And like, Gordon's like, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah. Okay, so I take 5 damage.
Wow.
Sorry,
So like,
that was really
so,
loud.
like he tries to cast a net at this guy, but then the net like ends up like, around his feet and he falls and just tumbles down.
Yeah,
the
I
hill,
think
taking
I
no
think
damage.
he the net wraps around his legs and he just like falls forward and smacks his chin on a table.
And it hurts.
It's like
It
getting
smarts
Ah!
something fierce.
Oh,
Five-
Gordon.
How
The
much
spell
toughness does he
magic's at work here. This we need to stop this curse or else many people will be tripped.
I'm not sure if this makes you feel better or worse, Dave. But you know,
Okay.
you fall over and you kind of come to a stop. And as you do, you look up at this beautiful collared fellow. And as he looks back down at you, and he kind of points and laughs. But a glaive wraith swings by and takes his head clean off.
Oh,
And it falls off the balcony and pops down, boop, 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 right in front of you. I mean, collar's there if you need
Sure.
it, but yeah, his face kind of glares at you with dead eyes, and a little bit of like beer kind of running out of the side of his mouth.
I just wish it was running out the bottom of his neck.
That's the only detail you would change about this scene.
The liquid you see coming out of the bottom of his neck is just blood.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Gordon's gonna check him for loot.
The head?
The
The
head?
body's
Yeah,
still
check
up
the head
there.
for loot. Oh, the body's still up there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. No,
His head's there. The loot on his head would be a collar if you.
Yeah, I
Want it.
assume if this collar is really
So
chopped
hang
up,
on. His.
some of the collar would have been chopped off.
I
too.
want to understand this. His head was chopped off,
Yeah.
but the collar came with it.
Well, yeah, because if you pop up your collar like this,
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
somebody cuts off your head, it's gonna
Sure.
cut through that part too.
So there's just these little pieces of fabric down
Yeah.
here. Okay.
so the
yeah.
head falls
I
down,
will-
and the little fabric just kind of like. Ooh.
Now no one will be able to compete with me, and I'll just shuffle the collars away. Yeah, I guess that's that. Yeah.
How much toughness do you have? Like
I'm actually about to find that again. Not
It's okay, we'll
not
just
a
take 10
lot.
minutes.
because that's
So
a
this
lot
is-
of like it's
Yeah.
not just,
Yeah.
you didn't hit your chin. Like, did you like knock yourself out?
You like broke your nose and bloodied your
Well,
face.
that would be
you
like
use his
a-
collar to wipe up, maybe.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, with toughness, it's it's like you're just like getting battered and stuff, and when you get wounds is when you really start like
Mhm.
taking that kind of damage.
That's why I imagine he because we're going downhill. That maybe he tripped and just fell and just kept rolling around down the hill.
Maris is running after.
Yeah, just
So
ooh.
this is one thing that I've always kind of thought about too. Is like we're not really in combat, so you could potentially kind of walk this off,
Mhm.
right?
Literally.
But I also don't like the
Yeah, that's
idea of like I use a thing, I take damage, and then
Yeah.
there's no
just kinda
consequence
free.
to my action.
Well, so technically, as long as we're like chilling for 10 minutes, like if
Mhm.
we're attacked by like if that glaive wraith came back or something, I wouldn't be.
By all means, if you want to punish
Gordon
Gordon in
wouldn't
particular.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't think you're gonna refresh that until maybe a little while down the road. I'll keep it in mind so I don't forget. But moving things along, you guys continue along. You see different kinds of stores. There's toy stores. There's like family restaurants, pubs, and in fact, you kind of make your way through the streets, and you notice one pub in particular has a nice little sign out front. It's called Pimmins Pub, and the sign in the front says. Special tonight, whitewater, with a splash of white as a ghost. And Gordon, you can give me a check here. What's an appropriate check? Kind of a history knowledge check here.
That'd be lore, most likely.
I think.
If it's like a history, but.
Yeah, I think lore makes the most sense here.
If it's like, you could do, I don't know, theology.
It's
like
lore.
Religious, but yeah.
No, it's not. It's,
the religious pub.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only other like kind of knowledge one. Okay, so mind.
Difficulty 4-1. Mind lore.
Yep. Get it on 3.
Fantastic. So you know of White as a Ghost. It is a spirit in multiple senses of the word. It is a spirit brewed from the waters of Shyish.
Oh. So sorry, we're checking out the menu for this pub right now.
You're just passing by.
Okay.
It's you just see it. But what catches your attention more so is the body that comes flying out of the window of this pub.
I hate when that happens.
Was there a female Dordan that threw that body?
Yeah.
No female Dordan that you can see. However, this body comes flying out of the pub. It hits the street in front of you. It slowly stands up and it seems to slide to one side and lean to the other. And it seems to have trouble. It's as if it's having trouble remembering how to walk, which is, I mean, pretty typical of a drunk patron.
So it's drunk.
It's like Shaun of the Dead. Oh my god, she's so
let's go to the Winchester and wait this out. You don't think this is necessarily weird until the balcony above, a woman screams out, the beer is haunted. And as
we all have our own demons, dear. I understand.
This is why I don't drink myself.
Oh, you don't understand. The beer is haunted. Help!
Is it flying around? And Maris goes to run into the pub.
She's like, oh, this sounds really interesting.
Question about this. So this is like a human or like an elf or something that's like been come out of the pub?
This is a human. Sorry, the body or
the body that you said was kind of like drifting around and stuff. Yeah,
that's an elf. Yeah,
it's an elf. Okay.
We'll just push it aside and go into the pub. Just like ignore the one threat. Well,
yeah. There's this lady just screaming at you. The beer is haunted. Please help us. My coworkers are trapped inside the patrons. They're possessed.
So Maris runs in there, and Faust's just like, "Oh."
Maris grabs the door. She's starting. Nope. Is there a door? No. That's a dumb question.
Is there a door?
Starts opening up the door and is looking back at Gordon and Phallus and be like, "Let's check it out."
You guys can feel free to go in, but I'll let you know before you head in. You can see through the front windows, and what you see inside are similar patrons like the one outside. They're kind of looking at their hands. They're having trouble kind of like coordinating themselves. It looks like they're trying to figure out how hands and arms work. And so in the center,
they're high.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, look at that.
Yeah. Maybe we should try to stay focused. We have a task to do.
in the center of the bar is a circular bar stand, I guess you would call it. And it seems to have furniture piled up around, and in the center seem to be some frightened staff.
Fellas, you were saying we should mosey, like to the...
I mean, I also don't know what our actual task is supposed to be in this area. We're sent out to do something, but I don't think
like
getting into a bar fight is our job right now.
If it makes it more clear for you, Brother Anders specifically asked you to go down to Domini University, where he thinks all of the spirits are heading.
And that's this place,
I
right?
imagine this
That's
university is just a bunch of buildings that are very tall and thin that are just starting to fall over.
You guys are not in Bastion, which is the district that Domini University makes
so
up.
we passed by a frat house that was outside the university?
Yes.
Okay.
It seems to be unrelated.
We're in the campus town.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know,
You guys don't have to go in.
Maris, there's probably this stuff happening all over the city. We should go. This is fine.
Gordon is also still 5 down. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, he's also been shamed.
He's collecting his teeth still.
Yeah.
Maris is like, but, and then looks at Phallus as if he's the deciding factor here.
Oh, don't you look at me, Miss Mary. You know I don't make the plans. You're the tactician in the group.
It's true. Yeah.
I think we should at least try to help them. What if we leave and they die?
All right, well, I guess the first thing we need to figure out is, are these good ghosts or bad ghosts?
The lady on the balcony, she's like, if you leave, we will most certainly die.
Wait,
now,
so
the good ghosts are the ones that you can shoot with bullets.
Oh my god.
Bad ghosts are the ones you can't.
with my last lore check, what I know, you mentioned this is brew from Ulgu. Would you say Ulgu or Shyish?
It was Shyish.
Shyish, okay. Do I know what that would imply, or
give the brew, but now kind of putting two and two together. Can you give me a 4-2? How would I 4-2 mind? How do you put two and two together? I guess. Intuition.
Intuition, sure, yeah, okay.
Minded intuition, please.
Okay.
4-2.
Yes, got it. With 2 success.
Perfect. So you know that this beer that people are drinking here has a splash of this white as a ghost, which is brewed with Shyish water, and it seems like because of the situation and the fact that Shyish feels close right now, that these patrons may be possessed.
So it's kind of been empowered.
That's why they're not the people in the body, so they're trying to figure out how their own body works. Now.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
It's the good old "don't kill anybody" battle. Let's go.
Is Gord gonna share that?
Oh yeah, sorry, he would share that. I'm just trying to think about extra.
Or would he?
Stuff. Yeah, he would. Yeah,
he would seem to be exactly the kind of person to not bother saying anything.
For what it's worth, these people will likely go back to normal once the brew is passed through their system. But the damage they can do in that time, you don't know. Either to themselves or others.
There's no such thing as
Tamaris, Gordon, meta wise, Gordon will follow you if you go in, but he doesn't want to go in.
Yeah. There's nothing in the Soulbound system for non-lethal damage, is there? There's no way for us to be we try to not kill them.
You can absolutely do that, yeah.
Mechanically, how would we do that?
You can either hit them like with a blunt object with the intention to knock them out. Perhaps you could tie them up. I don't know. Whatever you think will work, maybe.
Okay.
How would you incapacitate a person, Murray?
Well, I mean, I can story-wise, I can be like, oh yeah, I do X, Y, Z, but I just don't know how that translates into mechanics, right? Like, I don't know.
Like inflicted unconscious state.
So
I'll put it this way: don't worry about the mechanics. That's my job.
From what Gord said to Maris, meta, I guess, outside of the game, outside of character, is she was going to go in with her hand hammer and just start breaking casks, and so no one can drink any more of the beer. So at the very least, like if we know it's going to run out, break it all, and then get out, and then like essentially going to have to leave those people to sober up.
Would you like to share that with the party?
Phallus, Gord, do you got a blunt object? Do you got like a hammer? Do you got a bat? We're gonna go in. We're gonna kick open those casks, not save any of the beer, and then get out. We don't want anyone else to get possessed. We don't want anyone else to get drunk. Let's just go in and out and continue on the way. Okay?
All right, but what about these drunkards? If only we had some magical way to tie them up that we witnessed in the past.
Maybe we got a net. Maybe Gord, you got something up your fancy wizard sleeves?
How long is a round? A round is like 6 seconds, right?
In D&D it is, yeah.
Yeah. So like I could hold them for a little while, but it's not gonna like they're not gonna be tied up for long periods of time. I can basically make sure they don't harm us while we're in there, but that's kind of it. We could get the other people out.
Let's do it. I
mean, they all seem not very like well coordinated anyways. Maybe we just push them into a bundle and then just stack some chairs on top of them and they'll be become fun.
Put them all in the closet.
We get the sober people out, we break the casks, and then we leave.
It doesn't take a lot to figure out that these possessed people, they're a danger to themselves and others, but they're not coordinated enough to be. You don't feel like they're a
threat,
a huge threat. Like you feel that a normal person could go toe to toe with any of these people.
I think we just go then, right?
But there's about 24 of them in there.
Yeah.
Can entertain them. They just have to be distracted. Someone just Phallus sing a sea shanty. Maris is gonna hit the casks while yelling for people to get out. Gord can cast his little wizard net. Done.
What are you guys doing?
Go for it.
You ready?
I'm singing the sea shanty, which I now am totally gonna have to Google along.
Well, Maris to Phallus, just make sure that the drunk people are distracted. I'm gonna yell to make sure everyone gets out. Gord is gonna make sure the drunk people are at least incapacitated in a net, and I'll destroy the casks. Are we ready?
Sorry, what am I doing?
Make sure that the drunk people are distracted, that none tries to hurt Gord, so we can get in and out real fast.
All right, here we go.
All right, and then Maris is she's gonna go in, and I don't know, initiative. Do we need to do that, or are you just gonna let us play it out?
Yeah. I think we're in kind of a fight situation, so we'll go to initiative. What are each of your initiatives?
I got a 4.
Oh, one thing just on the side note here, just so we establish this early, Doom is currently at 3. That's where we ended it last session. Just it's not related to anything. I'm not trying to hint at anything here. I just remembered. I want to get that
FYI.
out. And sorry, Maris was 3?
4.
Maris is 4. Phallus is
3.
And Gordon's
actually 6.
Hell yeah.
Because it's mind and awareness, and I somehow put a point in reflexes. Yeah, so it's he's a speedy boy, I guess.
Cool.
You gotta cast them before they cast you.
Yeah.
Now there are about 24. It's tough to tell patrons in here, and they are at initiative 1, so they'll be going last. They are having trouble figuring themselves out. So starting with Gord.
Yeah.
What do you do when you enter?
I'm going to do an etheric net, which is...
Actually, before we go through with that, as you enter, you get a better look at the area. Inside is a large area which consists of the bar, which is a circular barricaded bar top where there seem to be 3 employees in the center, and they're huddled in the center, and they're trying to fend off any of the patrons trying to approach them with their bare hands or any implements that they would have behind the.
I just imagine one of them with like a mop, just like
Yeah.
It's very much like that, yeah. Kind of poking through like some chair legs. You see the tap room, which is the main drinking area. There are a ton of tables and chairs, mugs, and even some dead. It seems like this has been happening for a while. So some of the patrons in here may have been beaten to death by these possessed people.
Nope, that one wasn't me. Just so we're clear, he was dead when we got here.
There are 2 zones in here. Basically, the left and the right of the bar room, so the tap room. You can see a door in the back, which seems to lead to a private area. Some stairs to the upper terrace, which is where you saw that lady calling for help, as well as some stairs downward, which you assume leads to the cellar.
Okay. So we're coming into the left zone?
You are coming into the left zone, yes.
Okay. And like should with the patrons, specifically like the drunkenly possessed patrons, are those a swarm?
They are, yes.
Okay. So in that case, yeah, I'll cast the net on, because it's going to be everything within one zone would be one entity, so I'll cast it on the left ones. It's a 5/2. Can I get it this time? I can. I actually get it on... I got 3 successes. I can't boost the other one. So they're going to be locked in place for 3 rounds.
Excellent. So
they can make a body might test to get away from it.
Yeah. These they don't even seem to struggle, or they seem incapable of struggling. Half of the patrons who are possessed, anything on the left side zone of this bar, are immediately wrapped in netting, and they fall to the ground and they kind of wriggle a bit, but they don't seem to put up much more of a fight.
Cool. I also think casting is an action, right? I believe it is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my metal to lock the ones on the right.
Sure. You'll have to do it a zone away. I assume that it's got like a range.
It's got
a
long range, actually. Yeah. So you get on this one, I get 3 successes as well with 1 focus.
Perfect. Same thing happens. You shoot nets from one hand and nets from another, and you've taken care of most, if not all, of the possessed patrons. There are about 3 in the back corners that you weren't able to catch, but they are, for the most part, taken care of. Okay. Or at least for the next three rounds here.
Come on, hop to it. Get outside. And he's just going to point at the beleaguered bar workers to get out of here.
Yeah, and they absolutely do. I'm going to just assume for now, Maris and Phallus, do you guys want to kind of skip your turns in order to kind of like push time forward, or do you want to use your turns to like maybe knock these people out? How do you feel?
Maris
they run out of the bar just one by one.
Not those people.
No, Maris is gonna just destroy like the casks and then like yell to holler to get people out. So I mean, like I can roll attack on the casks.
Got it. So so kind of with that in mind, what's going to happen is these people are going to move their way out of the building as you move in to try to destroy all of the
property damage,
all of the product that these people have on hand. Yes. Yeah. So these people kind of push their barricade forward. They thank you. as they pass and they head out into the streets to face more heinous creatures out there instead.
As they run by, I'm just like, I don't suppose you have any rope.
You don't suppose you have any what? Rope? Yeah, one of them says, it's not a traditional bartending tool, but maybe downstairs?
Sure. All right.
Also dejected. I just wanted rope.
They don't have any rope on hand.
I mean, other than the immediate room seems to be clear. We know that there's a lady upstairs to rescue. I don't think there's any other reason for us to go downstairs aside from fetching a rope, which may or may not be helpful.
You would suspect that there are casks of beer downstairs.
Oh,
for what it's worth. I don't. It's a suspicion you have.
I don't drink, so I don't know how normally these buildings are work.
Sorry, so are we still doing like turns? Like
Yep,
okay,
it is your turn.
So
yeah.
Maris is yelling at people to get out and going for whatever casks in sight. Do you want me to roll for attack on those, or just
there are like some there's some tiny little casks. Well, they're not this big, but like kind of you notice this. There are 12 taps on the bar. There are no like obvious like beer casks in the room.
Maris is destroying the taps.
Okay.
Batter up.
Yeah, and you begin hammering these taps. You see a nice sign above the bar.
Why not?
Above the bar it says, "Welcome to the 12 taps." As you smash out all of these beer taps, and from their bases spews forth this beautiful golden ale. And it smells delicious. It's got a beautiful nose. It froths forth.
Some Prohibition era Maris right now. Yeah.
Yep.
No booze for anyone.
Once that's done, Maris will be like, all right, let's get out of here. And like her move action is going to be going towards the door.
What about the lady upstairs?
If she can't hear us, she can stay.
All right. You're the tactician.
Okay. So there's a couple of patrons left in the bar that are still possessed. But you guys are able to move out of there quite quickly. There's the 3 bartenders on the street now. They kind of look at you. They look back into their bar at like the taps still spewing forth beer. They're kind of just horrified all around, but you can tell that they kind of had a passion for their work, and that seeing their implements destroyed in such a grotesque fashion has them more defeated than they were behind the bar.
Well, that's what you get for not promoting domestic brews. You can't import everything. You have to have it in balance.
I guess
made
it's
in
now known
house.
as. I guess the pub is now known as the Tapless.
And on that, we walk into the distance. Beer spewing
down.
forward.
Well, it looks like you're all
is that Maris walking? Is that what you just did? We walk away?
Like just plastic Barbie doll arms. Sorry.
I like this idea that you guys get in there, you rope people up. It's going to disappear shortly.
Yeah.
And
I want to say that
done.
Alice kind of put the table over them or something,
They don't want people to be possessed anymore.
Can I paint the picture for you guys?
No.
I feel like I described the area adequately, and I just want to paint this picture. You guys looked into a bar. You saw somebody up above, say screaming for help for their lives. Mm-hmm. There are some people trapped in the center of the bar,
and we saved them.
That's the story.
Absolutely.
Not that person that was asking for help, but other people we saved.
Hear me out here. There are bloody corpses all over the floor, and potentially dangerous people inside. You guys run in, you Spider-Man the shit out of most of them. You leave a couple in the corners. You say, "Hey, come on outside, guys. It's safer out here with the ghosts." Mm-hmm. After having seen somebody's head get completely lopped off. Mm-hmm. You then leave them out front of their bar for these patrons to simply get back up shortly after. with all of their bar implements destroyed.
Well, I
And
mean,
you
our
say,
brilliant tactician mind.
"That's a job well done," and you head on out.
Our brilliant tactical mind in Maris came up with a plan. Who am I, a simpleton, to argue with someone who has extensive shadowing of another tactician?
Now look, I'm not saying there's anything particularly wrong about this. I just wanted to paint the picture for your guys' sake.
You know, like there's no
Feels
winning.
like something's wrong.
There's no winning in this universe, and Maris is just gonna.
They have like 30 seconds to get out of here and.
I'm not imposing any sort of moral judgment on you. I'm just giving you the facts as they are.
Weigh down the people with a table or something.
Weigh them down with a table.
There you go. They don't seem coordinated enough. I'm sure this will impede them enough, and we'll close the door behind us as well. So
just like a Spider-Man does, he webs people up and then slaps tables upon them.
He literally waits for the police to show up. He doesn't take this to its logical conclusion. We're good.
Yeah.
Don't forget that Spider-Man's webs disappear after an hour.
And with that, you guys bid adieu to these bartenders, and you hurry along to your main objective. We have no time to spare. Please note that Doom is now +1.
Oh,
yeah.
Another job well done, eh, Miss Mary?
See, that's what I thought. If we left them, Doom was probably going to go up 2.
Well, it went up by 1.
No, it went down. I think it went down to 1. Did you say it went up by 1?
You said +1.
I thought you said it went down to 1.
That's what I thought. We've done a good job. Things are more doomed. All in a day's work. Sits back and takes a drink of some delicious, delicious beer.
Another job well done, eh, Miss Mary? All right, now on to the real show.
And as you say, on to the real show. You guys hurry along. Out of curiosity, does any of your characters have criminal connections?
Depends.
Maris looks at Phallus.
I'll take
I may be a pirate, but I'm not a bad guy, you know?
All right. So then, glazing over that, you folks head to the edge of the upper tier, this giant concentric ring that houses the upper tier of Brightspear. As you approach,
so the only thing that Faust might have connections to would be like slave trading. That's all.
Okay.
As you approach the edge, you see a crowd that's formed around what you see to be a giant circular staircase heading down to the lower tier. The crowd is panicked. They seem to want out of the upper tier. They're screaming, they're shouting, there's pushing, and they want the heck out of the upper tier because they believe that the lower tier will be safer. The crowd kind of impedes your progress. And Maris, can you give me a Fortu? It is a
beast handling.
Yeah, awareness check, please. Fortu awareness, thank you.
What is her? That's off the natural awareness, right? We use?
It would be mind awareness.
Or mind? Oh, sorry. Yes. 3d6. Okay.
Ooh. Nailed it. Yeah, you're easily able to pick out a certain figure in this crowd. It is that mysterious person that you saw in the previous plaza in the
female Todd.
It is the person you saw in that plaza, and she turns and meets your eyes and continues. She's in the center of the crowd. It's very difficult to. It would be difficult to get to her, but she meets your eyes and she turns away, and she begins to be pushed towards the edge of the. There's a railing at the edge of this upper tier. She's pushed towards the edge of the railing. The crowd is screaming and panicked, and there's pushing, and people seem to be almost ready to fall over the edge.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Sorry, so is she getting pushed towards the edge, or is she moving away from it?
She's being pushed towards the edge, but she's also kind of moving towards the edge because that's where she would go to get down.
So wait, is going over the edge dangerous for people or not?
Yeah, you would fall pretty far. Yeah, we're talking about a 50 to 60 foot drop.
Oh yeah, that would hurt people.
Yeah, it wouldn't tickle. I can say that much.
It'd be like getting hit by a car going at 50 kilometers an hour.
And what does this figure look like? Like human, elf? Like, do we know what? Like, do we know I know it's a woman.
Yep, she looks to be human, as far as you can tell, and she is clad in darker garb. It's pretty common clothing.
I'm gonna let Gord and Phallus know, like, hey, that person from the square, she's here. She's trying to get away. Should we follow her? Should we go up?
Oh, do you want to talk to her?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna cast banishment.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 5/3 though, so we'll see if this works. That wasn't my roll, although it is exactly what I needed.
Good luck, don't suck.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so banishment.
Mhm.
So I seal an enemy in a crystal prison that carries them away across the battlefield. Choose a large or smaller creature within long range. A glistening crystalline shell forms around the target and carries them through the air to a point that you choose within long range. The crystal prison remains until the start of your next turn. Each additional success extends it by 1 round. So I'm gonna look out, seal her in a crystalline prison. Yeah, he's basically like shitty Spider-Man.
This sounds like a Ganondorf thing to do. Like he's got the princess in his crystal prison.
Man, I want to replay Ocarina of Time. I'm gonna make a note of that actually. And yeah, I'm gonna bring her. I guess where, like right next to us.
I mean, you're in control of the spell.
I'm looking at Maris for guidance on this one. Do we just?
Where do you want her?
Right here.
Are there people like rushing past us right now? Is that what's like? Are we?
Yeah, people are trying to get out of here.
We should.
Right next to Maris.
Right next
to her.
Okay.
We form a 3-point circle.
And she's right here. So I don't know if this is necessarily, you want to put this in turn order, but she's sealed in this. She's just like frozen in this. She can probably doesn't say anything about them not being able to move, but they're inside this crystal prison. So she's going to be in there until the start of Gordon's next turn, whenever that makes sense.
Phallus will get really close to wherever she is, takes out his cutlass and I guess his single shot handbow.
Mm-hmm. I like utility mages. I will say that they're really fun to play. Like I didn't like when I was gonna make a wizard. I was like, oh, should I just do like a fire wizard or something like that? And I was like looking through. I was like, this is gonna be kind of fun. It could also be
Spider-Man wizard.
Yeah, that's right.
So Maris is gonna just like on the. I'm gonna knock on my window. I wonder if you can onto like the crystal. Hi.
And the crystal shatters, and she is set free at the beginning of Dave's next turn. We're not in like a turn order right now, but yeah, she is now standing in front of you, and she's just kind of shocked because, like, she just kind of sits there. She looks at you three. I guess Phallus has probably got a crossbow or like
it's a little handbow and his cutlass
to her neck or something, threatening. And she's just confused. She doesn't like look scared or seem intimidated. But she's just standing there, and she'll take your cutlass and just kind of push it away from her calmly. And she responds to you, Maris. Yeah. Hi.
Maris is trying to look intimidating. It doesn't work very well. Pickles is there also trying to look intimidating. Exactly. Doesn't work very well. And she just looks at this woman and goes, "What were you doing here? What were you doing in the square?"
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell are you? Hi, I'm Maris.
I've never met you before. You just put me into a crystal.
You were looking super suspicious.
What did I do? I look suspicious, so you put me in a crystal?
We specifically noticed you amongst the crowd, and that seemed relevant for us to imprison you against your will. So Maris, you want to handle this?
Yes. No. Why do you always let me take the lead?
You're the face of this party right now.
Face, yeah.
No.
You've got the diplomat trait.
It's true.
Okay, so you guys, just to give you context, you heard her kind of like, she said something during Brother Andor's speech back in the plaza.
Heard you were talking shit.
You heard her specifically. She said something about when Ceramus was mentioned. It was something like praise her, or she'll be back, or something like that.
What was it about Ceramus? What were you talking about Ceramus in the square?
You heard me mention Ceramus's name, and that was enough evidence to abduct me?
We're asking the questions here.
Yeah, give me an intimidation check there.
Okay.
Oh, should I be the one doing this?
He should, but yeah.
I actually have.
Are you intimidating? I guess you are intimidating with your weapons. Yeah.
You three are intimidating her.
Yeah, I mean, I can aid to the intimidate.
Yeah, I think an aid is fine here.
Well, I think with Phallus's weapons, Gordon would not want to take the lead on intimidation. He's basically just being like, yeah, from like behind.
Yeah, he's
behind
like the hype guy.
Yeah.
He's the hype man. Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You want to do your aids? Because my intimidate's not going to be great. I'm telling you right now.
I'm just.
Yeah. Is intimidate mind or soul? I guess soul.
I think soul.
Soul, because like I have a 2 in it.
I have 2 in soul as well.
We all have 2 in soul. So I get the impression it's not going to matter then, because I don't think anyone has a skill in intimidation.
Well, I mean, if you aid, I get another die, don't I, or something like that?
I mean, no, it doesn't count. Like diplomat, it's just like figuring out intentions and lies.
We can still. I don't know. I'll defer to DM. I think we can still do that. I think this is like our first attempt to like get in her head.
Yeah.
What is the intention here?
Try to cow her into answering our questions instead of being a jerk about it.
Sorry, my not the intention. Maybe is the wrong word. What is the confusion here, or what is preventing you from making this intimidation roll?
Nothing.
Incompetence. So
pretty much.
Phallus, do you want to roll it? And
I want to roll it. But how many dice do I get? Bonus dice for the aid?
Yes.
For a help. So how many bonus dice do I get? 1 for each?
Does anybody have training in it?
No.
Okay, so you get one bonus dice.
From each or just in total?
Just from one. So you can get this benefit. Like if I'm not mistaken, unless you have training, you're gonna get just 1 period.
I think that's right.
Okay, for each. But so it doesn't matter how many people are helping me, I only get 1.
Yes. Because none of them have training. I think you get more if other people have like more training. Like 1 for the person who's the lowest training, and then X for the amount of training.
I don't know what the DN is, but
sorry, it's pretty easy. It's 4-2.
Well, we got it.
Nice. Yeah, she is intimidated. In fact, she's you guys as a terrible threesome kind of like loom over her, and she's not like scared, but she's just like taken aback as to your forwardness and your aggressiveness, and she goes, well, I suppose there's no reason to keep it secret any longer.
She's a ghost.
She's ceramic.
As everything is in full swing. You, of course, know about the realm gate under the city.
Yes, of course. It makes all sense now.
Well, when Ceramus died last month, she came back to us.
What do you mean by us?
And her people, Well, there's of course the necromancers of under Domini University.
Huh.
Anyways, we found a way.
Stays for the class, the necromancer.
We found a way to feed souls to the Realm Gate, and we intend on bringing forth Nagash himself.
Oh,
What?
I definitely know who this person is.
that's the Supreme Lord of Undeath. Real bad news.
Yep.
What they said.
Well, okay. Under the university, A. Okay. What do we want to do with her?
So Phallus is kind of like looking at Maris and just kind of like, no.
She might be able to take us to. What are you doing, Phallus?
Just like ready to gut her. It's just like on command. It's just like, now do we have enough information? Now is the time?
Why should we keep you alive rather than not send you to go meet Nagash?
That's really up to you.
She can show us the way. That sounded way too culty, but
The way. We all
This
say
is-
in unison.
okay.
Do you know the way?
Take us below the university.
You know the way. I'm not going to do anything you say.
Stab her, Phallus. No, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm not ready to get that dark.
Oh, okay. There you go. Like he's like, oh, well, no. Phallus just confused. It's like we need a little bit more decisive action here.
Let's
More
take her
decisive
with us.
decision.
Let's go down below the university and we'll take her with us. She still might have some knowledge, and if she doesn't, then Phallus off her.
What can you do that could make me feared or fearsome of you? We're about to bring forth the Lord of the Dead and his armies.
That may be true.
How
but
could
you won't
death
be
scare
around
me?
to see it?
She bolts.
There we go.
Before, opportunist. I will get a slash off on her
Oh, yeah.
before she can run.
Yeah, don't even roll for it. She takes a slash to the back of the.
In which case, I will
shoulder.
also, with my slash attack, if it's auto success, sever her ankle tendons, which automatically knocks her prone, using my sever talent. So,
All right.
good luck getting out of here, lady.
Yeah, she falls to the floor. She
tries to run,
wounded.
just whoosh, kind of like almost unceremoniously, as if Phallus has just been waiting for this moment, just trigger happy.
It's my moment to shine.
She's
Someone
born
presented
to
an
do.
ankle.
She's bleeding on the ground. She looks back up at you, kind of with anger in her eyes.
Now, don't look at me like that. You're the one who tried to run first. We tried to warn you.
I mean, she's just gritting her teeth at this point. She has nothing left to say to you.
Let's go. And Maris is gonna go off in whatever direction underneath.
Do I take her or what?
No, leaving her. She can bleed out on the floor.
So Maris leaves, and then Faust just kind of glances as she heads off and just gives her a good little stab in the chest, and then heads off as well.
Like you're just coup de grace her. You're killing her.
Basically, yeah. It's just kind of
All
like, yeah, it's not smart to leave any loose ends.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, you plunge your sword deep into her chest, and she looks up at you as the life fades from her eyes. She just
Nothing
smiles.
personal. It's just business.
She smiles up at
Smile.
you, and she grabs your sword and she says, "One more soul for the Realm Gate," and she dies.
Blood for the blood god. Right on. At least she died happy. I don't feel bad about this one.
You can kind of tell that the implication here is that she didn't care if she died. She expects to be coming back as a member of Nagash's army.
Hopefully as a very, very weak chain rasp or something. Just gets one.
Yeah, a very, very weak chain rasp. Yeah.
All right. Well, no time to lose. Let's get to that university.
Absolutely. So you guys move towards the crowd, and you can't make your way through. They are too panicked, and even though you're trying to be extremely polite, I'm sure, saying "excuse me" and "pardon me," it is nearly impossible to make any progress.
Is this a swarm?
It is a crowd of people. Yes,
swarming together. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Do you want
what you're trying to do here.
You want me to put them in a giant crystal?
Yes.
Okay.
But then we might be in the crystal too.
Has my toughness been refreshed by this point?
It's been 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I guess you had technically had a fight in there.
Okay.
You rolled initiative, so to speak.
So I will say if Gordon casts this and fails, he's probably going to take some more damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to, he'll kind of look at you. So what do you want to do? Crystal cage?
It worked well the first time.
All right, let's give this a try.
Cool.
With the focus, he gets it.
All right, let's see here. Banishment.
It's
so getting banishment on this crowd?
279 page, yep.
Yep, cool. So yeah, a crystal forms around a single person, and they're lifted off the ground.
Okay.
A single person?
Yeah. So this banishment spell is a single target spell. You seal an enemy in a crystal prison, and he carries them around. So true to form, Gordon abducts another human being.
We're making progress.
Gotcha.
He's like, you can tell he's really trying, and like his veins are popping as he's like casting all his arcane energy. All right, just give me a little time. We'll get through.
Yeah,
Mare's like,
in fact, actually, what happens is you kind of lift this person up, and like a child next to them is like, "Daddy," and he's like, "Daughter," and he reaches down, but he can't. He's like pressed up against the side of this prison. Daughter, no.
Don't worry, you're next.
just
Maris told me to.
And
the
child is absorbed back into the crowd, separated from their parents.
Biomass.
Oh
man.
Okay. Is there any other way out? Like, is there any like doorways or anywhere where people are not? Is it like not crowding into?
Could Gordon? I mean, speaking out of character, could Gordon not like banish on us and move us over the crowd over to the university?
Well, it specifies enemy.
Oh.
You could be my enemy.
I actually don't see a reason why you couldn't. But Gordon cannot banish himself, I think.
So we'd have to abandon Gordon. So is there any other way out? Like, is there any other? Everyone crowding just to the one area, or is like, where can we go?
So what happens if I tie like say a rope to Gordon and then he banishes me over the thing?
All right. Listen. Can I please have a 4-1 insight check from each of you?
All right.
Insight.
Yes.
I'm very good at this. By that, I mean not very good. Awareness, I'm assuming? What's
insight? No, insight.
Where is insight?
Mind?
I don't.
Insight mind, please.
I don't see
no
insight.
such skill as insight. You mean intuition?
Intuition, yes.
Intuition.
Sorry. In my head, I was like, I know
which one
it's
so good. Yeah, I do the same thing with perception and awareness all the time. I get 3. No, 2.
Okay.
You're rolling, Maris, or should I roll?
Go ahead and roll. Sorry, what was the DN?
4-1.
4-1? I got it.
All right.
Oh no, I lost the screen.
I lost the screen. For what it's worth, 2 of your party members have got it. I see successes here as well.
Okay.
So each of you look at this crowd and you take kind of stock of their general disposition. You can tell these people are afraid. You think that you can probably communicate with the crowd or intimidate them in order to kind of get some order around here. They're fleeing for their lives as far as they know.
Maris is going to resolve some conflict. Is there anywhere she can? I got an advantage to doing that. Okay. Is there anywhere that she can like crawl up so she's like above the crowd? Like, is there like a?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get some height?
People hear me.
Absolutely. I can lift you up.
There we go. That too.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it was either
shoulders.
that or she's gonna go to Phallus.
Yeah.
Be like, Phallus, put me on your shoulders, Phallus. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, actually, Maris is
Lion
trying
King
to
you.
find a higher vantage, and she sees the perfect post, and she begins scrabbling up the back of Gordon. And Phallus sees this happen, and he helps her up and onto his shoulders. From up there, you have
Gordon has body 1, so he's going to be struggling quite a bit with this, I think.
He just falls down.
Yeah, he's basically an old man. Yeah. Well, I guess he's not super old, but yeah.
I mean, Maris wouldn't crawl up Gord. She would use Phallus if he's an old man. Okay, anyway, so she's up on the post. So
known as Gordon.
No, not Gordon.
You have a better view from up here.
Yeah. Okay.
And you feel like you can address the crowd from this vantage point.
So I guess I don't really necessarily get it because it's an advantage of opposed tests, and I'm not doing an opposed test, am I?
I don't know what you're doing.
Well,
you haven't told me anything.
I'm sorry. Maris was going to address, like, the intent is that Maris is going to address the crowd, tell them to calm down, like to form essentially nice British orderly queues to get out.
Yeah. You're gonna try to calm the crowd, get some
Instruct
order here.
them.
Yeah. How do you think you're doing this?
Well, with my words.
Are you trying to alleviate the tension by saying a joke? Are you
Just
threatening them?
Not threatening them, essentially reassuring and telling people what to do and where to go.
Cool. So what skill are you using is what I'm asking.
I am just trying to think what would be best for that.
I'm looking at perhaps determination or guile.
Let's go with guile. Go ahead, Dave.
So you're basically trying to persuade people?
Yes.
That's all guile, baby. Yeah.
All
guile
right.
is basically the skill to have people see things your way.
Hey, look, it's us, the people who saved you from the original invasion.
Your
I don't
crystal
know how.
saviors.
And I don't know how diplomacy is supposed to work in with that because it's like an opposed test. This is not an opposed test.
Well,
is it?
Normally guile is an oppose. Well, depending on I guess how it works. Like, if you're trying to convince someone of something, I guess usually it's opposed against their.
Because diplomat is advantage opposed test when resolving conflict, gauging moods, intention.
All right. So to move things along, please give me a 5-2 mind guile.
Okay. No. One success?
Do you have any training? I guess not.
Nope. That's why I was wondering about using diplomacy, but I have no idea how to throw that in there. So one success.
So what does Maris say to the crowd?
Hey everyone, I know you really want to get out of here, but I need you all to just calm down, not push. You're going to get out, I promise. I need you to line up and take the stairs. If you rush, you're gonna trample and you're gonna die anyways.
That's why it was only one success.
And you make very logical and level-headed assessment of the situation, and I think it's very well spoken. And the guy in the crystal floating above the crowd, he says, "Fuck off!"
Okay, so any other way to get out of here?
Yeah, you figure that if where diplomacy fails, perhaps muscle will prevail.
Fire a gun up in the air 3 times.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah. Hit me with a 4-3. I think you actually use your ballistics on this one. No, intimidate still.
That's
still.
Okay. This is
Mind intimidation, please. No, soul intimidation is more correct.
You don't even have 3 die.
I mean, yeah, some people do kind of like split off from the crowd. Though the majority remains, they're scared for their life, and you are simply telling them that they need to get down there faster because there's a crazy lady with a gun.
Phallus, Gordon, little help.
Can I just muscle my way through? You just start picking people up. Just
you certainly can. You can certainly try. I think that's a good idea. Overpower the crowd.
Yeah. What I need.
Well, if you're gonna try to muscle your way through,
might.
I'm thinking might body, my man.
Well, I know what's his face, but got 2 successes.
The tree.
If 4 is a success, yeah, no tree, but
yeah. So, so seeing that diplomacy has failed, Phallus kind of like sheathes his sword and dives into the crowd. I assume that he like maybe does like a little plow shape with his hands and starts just like swimming through the crowd, opening the way for his 2 party members behind him, pushing children to the floor, pregnant ladies to the side.
Yeah, I deliberately choose the path that has like the weakest looking people, right?
Yeah. And you it takes some doing, and it takes you quite a while because there's such a large crowd. But you are able to make your way to the stairs where you can see some people are heading down, and so you proceed as they do. You turn around, there's still a guy in a crystal back there, and he's just like, "What the hell, guys?"
That's why I went around. 6 seconds. It took us less. Note DM said it took less than 6 seconds to make our way through the crowd.
I know. Yeah.
So we didn't waste that much time.
I'm joking about the crystal guy. I mean, it would have technically. It's just a flavor thing. Come on, man.
He's safe in there. Honestly, he's probably the safest person in this setting right now. Yeah.
My child, you separated me from my child.
The crystal shatters so amazingly it just stabs everyone around him.
And Gordon just gives him a little salute of you're
welcome,
acknowledgement that he's helped this person.
Job well done.
It's the little things.
This is why Marison's a support character, not a.
Well, I mean, you support us with diplomacy and tactics.
You folks make your way down these winding stairs. There's about 60 foot high of stairs, and halfway down is a nice little platform where you have a couple of nice little park benches where one might sit and take in the views of the city.
Oh yeah, we definitely do that for an hour.
Yeah,
I'm just joking.
Long rest.
Doom increases by 5.
Yeah. Oh damn it! Who would have thunk?
And when you hit this kind of calm platform, you can see that people here have been held up, and the reason is because they're being attacked by a couple of hordes of chain rasps and a couple of glaive wraiths.
I think we lost.
Hit me with your initiatives. Actually,
No,
technically, I have your initiatives.
We
You're
might
now in
need a
initiative
different
order.
We might need a different roll dice because I think there's suddenly tons of people in this room.
No, I think everybody just on the website just got crammed in the same room. My initiative is 3. Maris is 4, and Gordon is 6.
Yep.
Feel bad for that guy. I got a 1.
Sorry, what just happened here?
So the dice rolling site, it's like everyone's got crammed in there.
Yeah, I see that. What is?
I'm gonna refresh.
Oh yeah, they're all gone.
Gone.
Oh, I was gonna play our stream.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling that maybe the logic broke, and everybody using this dice roller at the time got put in the same room. But
Just
interesting.
Wix things. Yeah.
All right. So I've got all of your initiatives. And let me just pull the initiative for these good ghosts.
Are they good ghosts or bad ghosts?
It's tough to tell. what is a bad ghost? What is bad?
Bad ghosts are the ones you can't hurt with.
Oh, I see. Well, then they're bad if that's the barometer they're using.
It's not a question of morality. It's a question of whether I can kill them or not.
Okay, so going first is Gordon. Around to give you an idea of what you're dealing with. You are dealing with 4 chain rasp hordes and 2 glaive wraiths, and they are attacking random people. Scythes cutting into their chests, spewing their innards over the ground. People who have made it this far down are now trying to push back up towards you. So it's difficult to get down to this platform. But once you do, you're able to engage these apparitions.
So sorry, that was those 4 chain rasp swarms?
Oh, I'll put one thing here, sorry. Yes, there are 4 chain rasp hordes.
Hordes or swarms? Like, what's the difference?
That is a good question. I see them noted as hordes. Hordes, I assume.
Oh, is there like if there's a lot of them, it becomes a horde?
Yeah, that's what I believe it is. Maybe you're thinking that swarm. You're using the word swarm, but the correct terminology is horde, perhaps.
I think swarm should be the correct term usually.
I think swarm is right.
I mean, I can take a picture of this.
No, I don't. I'm not doubting you. I'm just trying to figure out what the implication is mechanically. Like, is it?
Oh, okay, so it's a single unit. So it is a horde or a single unit of many bodies. It's the same as what you had fought previously in the plaza.
So yeah, I guess they're treated as a swarm.
I don't see any rules.
So maybe it's called a horde, but mechanically speaking, it's a swarm.
Let me check the old rule book here.
So I see swarm is the actual rule. It's on 302. Swarm is a number of enemies that occupy the same space and attack as one. I don't see horde in here.
I see a couple of mentions of hordes, but no rulings yet.
Yeah, I see it like flavor text certainly has it.
I think I see them in the bestiary area. It's just
you know what I
think,
and I'm gonna make an assumption here. I think that the word horde was used in this supplementary, but the implication is that it is a swarm.
Okay.
I think the name of it is like, this is a such and such horde, because I see some things in the bestiary known as hordes, so they're like greenskin horde, but as a mechanic they act as a swarm.
Yes.
But they're called a horde.
Yeah, that would make
Perfect.
sense.
Regardless, nothing has changed.
Sure. So there's 4 different swarms of chain rasps and a couple glaive wraiths.
Correct.
Okay, so I am going to now that has been established, I apologize. Arcane Bolt is going to happen. I'm going to use my metal to overcast it, or to not overcast. I should. I'm gonna double my metal's gonna double my training. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get pool of 6. Boop. Throw. And it is on 4s, so I'm going to juice that to a 4. So I get 4 successes. I'm casting on the glaive wraith. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. One of the glaive wraith.
Okay.
And it was 4/1 with +1 damage per success. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. 4 damage total.
On the glaive wraiths. Cool.
Are they're medium range?
Yes, I mean they're pretty close actually.
Cool.
So this is glaive wraith number 1. And how much was the damage again? Sorry.
4.
Fantastic.
Bolt of arcane energy soars from my hands and strikes it.
And just as you say, it strikes it. And much of the apparition is blasted into smithereens. It is very translucent right now, but it has been angered by you.
Makes sense. I'm going to just make sure with my movement that I am placing myself behind our melee tank.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
Our
Who
melee
is-
tank.
Who? I was like, got two guns out. I'm like,
Maris, what is your mind?
3.
Okay. You are taking the next slot of initiative.
Cute.
So reflex is what I'm looking
Oh,
for.
reflex? Sorry.
That's I believe that's the thing that breaks the tie.
Yeah, it's 3d6 plus 1. I got 1 training, 1 focus in it.
Okay,
You
you
want
got
me to
a
roll for it?
training? No rolling needed.
Yeah, I got 1 training in reflexes.
Perfect. Continue, please.
Maris is going to shoot with her pistol at because what Gordon attacked, it's not gone, right? It's just,
No, it had,
but it's didn't
It
die,
is still
right?
alive, but it's almost
Still
dead.
alive.
Looks pretty.
Maris is gonna-
looks pretty weak.
Gotcha. Maris is going to shoot at it with her pistol.
All right.
Bang bang.
A boom boom.
Shut down. Bang bang.
nice shot.
And then +1 for the pistol.
Yeah, and that is enough to send it back to Shyish. And it points at Gordon and you as it goes, and it just kind of drifts off into nothingness.
Hey guys,
Maris's
those guys
free
are
action
shooting
is to
at
blow
us.
off the tip of the pistol. Yeah, she's emulating Cass in that regard.
Nice.
You see the other Glaive Wraith look at his buddy, and he kind of looks saddened by the loss of his friend, and then that sadness turns to anger, and he looks over at Gordon. And flies
Does
at
Maris want
you.
to take a metal action?
I'm gonna take a metal action and shoot at the one flying at Gord.
It flies straight at you, Gordon, and the second shot rings forth from Maris's pistol.
Boop, boop, boop.
Oof.
I guess, sorry, you didn't really know what you were rolling for last time.
I didn't. But you
I just think
sounded like it was
she
good.
rolled like
so-
a 5 and a 6, right? So
Yeah, it was pretty much going to hit regardless. So that aside, what is your accuracy?
My accuracy is average.
Okay,
Average.
You're looking for 3s here. And that being said, you've gotten.
1.
Do you have a focus?
I do not.
So you get 1 plus 1 is 2. And yeah, so this thing charges forth at you and Gordon. And you.
Oh, sorry, I do have a focus. I lied.
Okay.
I was looking at the wrong thing. I do have a focus.
3 damage.
And your bullet goes right through it. You think that perhaps you've damaged it, but it's very difficult to tell. And with that, it is charging at Gordon, and that is the actual charge move, which I believe brings its attack up a step.
You get an extra d6, but your defense is lowered.
Okay, so it is an average attack. It is going for a melee attack here.
I have poor defense as the frail light wizard.
No,
So
Gord.
3s, if I'm not mistaken. I get to roll. First time in the session. Just want to mark that down. Get the
Yeah.
time.
I like how you're like rolling the dice, but then you're using the virtual roller.
Right. Oh, why am I rolling these dice?
for
I had
for
some
sound
dice.
effect.
Yeah, I got excited.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're looking for 5d6 here, and he's on 3s.
Ouch. And
That's a full house there. Okay.
Yeah, full house. The damage
Gordon
is
is
2.
dead.
So you're taking 2 plus
Everywhere we look.
5, 7 damage.
Okay. Yeah, Gordon takes that and is barely standing.
Does Gordon have any armor?
Oh, he does actually have armor. His robes soak some of the damage.
It's a ghost.
Yeah.
It soaks some of the ghost.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, Gord, no.
Ah, my body.
I our lifelong friend Gord, who we only just met but feel like we've known forever.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, no, this glaive wraith charges forth its spear focused directly at your heart, Dave. And
My heart?
It's
His heart's in his
right at your
butt.
heart.
Yeah, it's coming through the screen.
Yeah.
And he pierces through your robes, dealing a very deep wound into your chest. And it rears back, ready to strike again. Next in the order is Phallus.
Ekram's Justice. Fire a shot at the glaive wraith that's trying to...
That's the name of your crossbow, right? Ekram's Justice?
That's right.
Okay, all right.
Fire a shot at the glaive wraith that's attacking Gord.
All right, so what is your...
I have good accuracy.
Okay, and you're trying to hit something that's got poor defense. So I believe you're looking for 2s, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I hit it a lot.
Okay.
7 times.
You hit it 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But what do you add on top of that?
Nothing.
Anything, or is it? Oh,
No,
okay.
it's just 0 plus successes.
Cool, and that is not a magical item. So...
Do we lose Franco? He's so still
I'm just
in reading.
trying
Okay.
to-
He's trying to divide
There's
7
no-
by
there's
2,
no,
and it's tough.
Yeah, I'm like, does it go up? There's no rounding on this. Like,
No. I mean, honestly
guess-
speaking, in any system, I always just track the halves. Honestly speaking, I always just track the halves
I'm
because
not going to track the halves. You shoot this thing right through its eye hole, and it disperses into
well,
smoke.
that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're the good ghosts then. Then Phallus will spin around on the spot unnecessarily as cloak billows around him. He flourishes his left hand and shouts out, wait, what's the name of this one again? Egglad's Punishment. And then
he opens his book and flips to a page, and he's like, "Ah, yes, this is what I've named it."
well, I mean, he flipped over the book, he'd be just like, I can't read this. Anyways. So I'm going to fire into one of the hordes, preferably one that is relatively not around people.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same roll, but again, my accuracy is good, and I roll like shit, but...
Oof.
Well,
So your accuracy is good, and you're looking to... Yeah, you're looking for 2s because they're poor.
Okay, well, I do have focus. So I hit for 7, and thank you for our listener Bevan for pointing out to me that using a spread weapon against swarms doubles your damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I hit for 7, which is actually 14.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Bevan. Also, hi.
Yeah,
Bevan.
no, I noticed that the other day as well, which is great. There are people around here. They are currently swarming around people. I don't know if this really changes your...
My assumption is that they were doomed anyways, because they were all getting slashed in the chest and everything.
Phallus has a reputation of collateral damage, so I don't think of that why that would change now.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, also, I just saw Gordon get hit really bad. I'm like, we got to end this fight real fast, right? There's no finessing
I
it.
was using the profile for a chain rasp, not a horde, which is on a completely different location. They actually have an average defense, so I think you were looking for 3s instead. I think it's still...
then it'll be 6 successes because I
Sorry, what was your accuracy?
good.
Phallus?
Good
yeah.
to average.
Yeah, so 1 up 3. Yeah.
But I think you have some focus in there. So it should do 6 damage total, which would then multiply by 2 if you're using spread to 12. So...
And then you divide by 2 again, I guess. I don't know how.
Yeah, basically, a little bit of head math. But you shoot multiple arrows, and
I shoot indiscriminately into the crowd.
And you do that, and a hail of arrows strikes ghosts and people alike.
Sorry.
There are people dropping dead with arrows buried into their backs. There are people hitting the floor with arrows in their knees. And there are ghosts.
Sorry. Sorry.
And they'll never adventure again. But you managed to take out 6 of the 10 chain rasps within this horde. There are 3 hordes at full strength and 1 that has been reduced to less than half.
Yeah, so we're dealing with 40 chain rasps at a time.
Yes.
So, I mean, when you think about it in that way, the efficiency is really what
Good
matters.
ratio, yeah.
Yeah, like the death to kill ratio is looking good for you. Next is Maris Phallus. These hordes, yeah, they're going to go. Horde number 1 is going to continue to attack the people on this platform. They are phased by your initial attack, but there are souls to be had here. And the people that you have wounded are quickly put down by these chain rasps. And you can kind of see their very souls like exiting their body and continuing on towards Domini University.
That's not good.
At least
And
it
the
didn't
horde-
suffer.
Yeah, look for that silver lining. Horde number
I'm
2.
hoping that the people will be able to run away, and then we form like a barrier between the chain rasps and the people as they flee. I don't know if they'll just linger around the entire time, but
Well, Franco did say they were trying to leave, but I think that we shot them before they had any chance to.
yeah,
to
I
go
mean,
anywhere.
for the first round for sure. I mean, I'm hoping in the following rounds there'll be less and less people that I'm murdering.
If you think about it, you're just encouraging them to leave even more.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Run
What
towards
Mara
us.
should have done.
Your saviors. Yeah.
Should have shot at them, not at the ceiling.
All right, Phallus, can you tell me what your defense is?
My defense is average, unless it is a range attack.
Nope. The secondary horde is going to move towards you. They're going to surround and swarm you. There are 10.
I don't like this.
There are 10 rasps here, and they're all going to start swinging with reckless abandon. And if they are on good attack versus your average, I believe that they're looking for 3s here.
And I'm dead.
No, not necessarily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So +1, a total of 8 damage slashing. I don't know if that affects anything.
No. I absorb 2 into the armor, and I'm down to 1 toughness.
Okay. Best get those crossbows working overtime.
Yep. Time to shoot at myself.
Yeah.
Horde number 3 is going to continue to attack some of the people up here. They attack and slash and kill much of the remaining civilian population on this platform. Some of the civilians are able to make their way past you back up the stairs, pushing back towards people trying to come down. It is just a full panic amongst these people. And Horde number 4 is going to race over to Gordon and Maris, and they're going to swing at poor little Maris. And it's weird because I feel bad about doing this, but also there's like a weird satisfaction.
The weird satisfaction.
So the
What?
damage that Maris has suffered over the past few episodes doesn't matter because this is
This is a new
semi-canonical.
adventure.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah.
And
Semi-canonical or non-canonical?
somewhere between the two. Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
I guess we'll see
Maris,
where we end up. Yeah.
Maris, what's your defense?
in her
Average.
defense.
Average defense. Okay, so they are looking for 3s. They swarm you and they attack. They are successful with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Shit.
6, 7, 8, 9. So you take 10 damage.
Do they have a focus?
So we're now in wounds territory
Well, that's-
because
Okay.
she has 7 toughness. All right, like no more tough. How does it?
So do you have any armor?
I've done this before. 9 damage.
Remember your armor.
So you took
I've
9
done-
damage. How much armor?
I've been here.
How much armor do you have?
1, so I take 9 damage.
So you take 8 damage, right? There's
No.
There's 10 incoming.
What?
There's
Sorry, hold
10
on.
incoming.
I don't think is there 10 anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 1 is 9.
Yeah, 9 damage absorbed
9
by 1.
damage.
So you took 8 damage. You lose all your toughness. You took 1, which is a minor wound.
Minor
Yeah.
wound. Yeah.
For what it's worth, this is kind of an offshoot, so make sure to clear any wounds that you would have had from the main campaign.
Yes.
And then don't apply these wounds to the main campaign. So don't appear back in one of our campaigns.
I'll clear it out at the end of this.
Yeah. So yeah, they managed to beat the crap out of you. It seems they punch
used to it.
You're feeling little ghost kicks in your shins. A couple of little stabs inside.
As long as there's no like school ghost children, we're okay.
Paddling down the river with paddle.
No, these are adult children that are stabbed.
What are adult children?
Man-childs.
Yeah.
All right, 1 minor wound. Got it.
Fantastic. And the initiative flips back over to Gord.
Okay, Gord, seeing his allies slash meat shields taking a plethora of damage, he's going to channel Healing Glow. He's going to do this straight up for the first one, and then he's going to use his metal to do it again. Okay. So doing a channeling test on 5. So, boop, 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 boop.
I genuinely wish you luck here.
Yeah, so, okay, and focus brings that up to 4 successes. So it was a 5-1. So everyone's going to get 4 toughness back in allies in our zone.
Roll on
that. I didn't see it, but I'm assuming Wix is just being dumb again.
I see. Did I join the wrong room? I have 5, 5, 3, 4, 6.
Are you? Weird. Oh, if you're Questward, we can't see you.
Oh, I think I joined the room, Dave. I'll rejoin maybe after this, just to not disrupt. But
you you read your roll out to me once more, and
it was 5, 5, 3, 4, 6, meaning that I can do a focus to go from 4 to 5 and generate 4 successes.
Nice.
And I'll throw that again. So yeah, everyone take 4 toughness back, and then the second one, take it back. This one is 2, 4, 2, 5, 3. I can focus 1 up to a 5, so 2 back. So total is 6 back.
Nice. That's exactly what I needed. Just what the doctor ordered.
So, I still have a minor wound.
Almost back to
you still have a wound.
Okay.
I can't do anything about wounds.
One minor note, sorry. At the beginning of your turn, Dave, remember to take 1 wound.
Does it go through armor?
It does go through armor.
Okay.
From what?
Because you feel the chill of the grave.
From the glaive thing.
It's a minor hazard we're in, I think. Yeah.
Oh, right.
But
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like these guys are all very tough. Like I'm surprised you were able to deal with the ones in the plaza so easily.
Well, I think
a little tactician, a little pew pew.
That's true.
Murdering more civilians.
Now that Gordon has healed everyone, Dave is going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right.
That's a good idea.
Do you guys want to have a 5er?
Let's have a quick break.
All right.
Well,
I need water.
I don't have any music for it.
What you say?
We should have bought so apparently Wintergarten, I don't know if you've ever seen like the Marble Machine musician guy. He put all his music for free as a free license.
Oh, Wintergarten, yeah.
Yeah. So you can purchase, quote unquote, his license for his music to use on Twitch and YouTube, but it's all free.
All right.
It's really cool. All right. Well, I will be back.
All right. I'm going to put us onto a BRB.
Hello.
Welcome back. So I didn't see Dylan's cam, so I didn't turn anybody on.
Oh, well, we were in the private chat.
I did see.
We were memeing. Living the dream.
Let's get our dice roller back up.
We doing?
These bitches. I ate like 6 crackers.
He ate 6 crackers. Just saltines.
They were better than saltines.
How are we all feeling? Energized?
I was a sleepy boy earlier on, but I'm breaking my energy fast with some Beaver Buzz, local company from here and around Vancouver. So,
Are we
wow.
to advertise that?
Following the advice of Gordon.
Aqua
Companies.
Garanos.
yeah, there you go. That is probably the better choice. Yeah.
I know. So, actually, I'm not really sure the ramifications of this, but could I request that you do a short read for Beaver Buzz as Gordon?
Short read.
Yeah, like tell us the.
Here
So,
in the Great White
why
North,
Gordon?
we have much to marvel. From the Pacific to the Atlantic, and the treasure of natural riches in between. And now, Canadian Punch, which is 100% charged with our potent Buzz Energy blend. Beaver Buzz. It ain't just good. It's damn good.
Gordon,
Buzz.
it's
Oh,
Gordon's-
it was good. It was a well-written blurb too.
It's nice. Yeah, yeah.
Is that
I
an
am
energy
Gordon, the
drink?
everlasting, and I
Yeah.
drink Beaver Buzz.
My name is
Made with
Gordon the
real
Everlasting,
beavers.
and I support this. I endorse this message.
When I
Um,
heard myself casting spells, I like to get to the refreshing taste of Beaver Buzz.
It's the flavor is damn good Canadian Punch. And I poured it in a glass, which makes me actually less eager to drink it because I don't know. It's just very vibrant.
Beaver chunks? Oh, can you
Beaver-
lift the glass
Yeah.
up again? I didn't see it. Oh, geez, that's
it's just a very potent red. It does feel. I want to get like
Mountain Dew red.
if I just like poured this into like a properly like
A
glass
flask.
blown thing or flask or something, and I had it on a shelf, it'd make for a good prop. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
it
the
looked like-
right.
it looked
It's
like a
the
potion.
it's like the potion coloring. So I'll
A health
work with that.
potion.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
Yeah,
we are just in the process of getting shellacked.
yeah. You
Right. I believe it was Maris's turn.
Yeah, you just healed everybody. Did everyone make sure to increase their toughness score?
Oh yes.
Okay, almost completely healed minus the wound.
Perfect. I think
So not healed at all.
healed for a total of 6.
Total of 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that done, the turn rolls over to Maris, who takes the damage at the beginning of her turn. Mhm.
Oh no,
Yeah,
wait.
but
Is it
the
just
thing
one?
about
It ignores armor.
Oh.
the crazy thing about minor hazards as well is like if you're at 0 toughness and you start your turn and you
Mhm.
take it, that's a wound. So yeah,
It's not at the end of your turn. I think it should be at the end of your turn. Like you kind of have an
give you a
opportunity
chance.
to do something in your turn, and then at the end of
Nah.
that, you kind of decide, am I going to stay
I
here?
think for the people who are creating the hazard, at least it guarantees damage once before people leave the area. Maybe that's
Just-
why.
Just fuck me up, fam. Like that's just I'm at the point where it's like just
Yeah, I think Murray, you
Maris
had
is
it right. I think
battle hardened now.
it would be pretty easy to. Oh no, I guess you get it when you move into the zone or start in the zone.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So I guess it'd be either way. Anyway.
It is what it is. So you take your 1 damage, and you have an opportunity to deal with the situation here. What are you going to do? You know that
Yeah.
there are 4 hordes of chain rasps left, and one of them has been pretty decimated by Murray / Phallus's crossbow attack.
Did the weakened horde, were they the one attacking the civilians?
Yes.
Maris is gonna look like dead at Phallus and go, Phallus, Delta Formation 5, and point towards the horde that's attacking people.
Okay.
Kill them all.
You kept me waiting, Miss Mary.
And if it wasn't clear, using tactician talent.
Yeah.
I
want to actually
I'm
aim
curious
at it
about
fresh horde.
Murray though. Murray, you said you kept me waiting. Like Phallus has been waiting for Maris's go ahead to shoot again.
I've been waiting for Miss Mary's brilliant tactical mind to call the action.
Got it.
Okay. So like little background there. They've back on Torlin, Phallus and Maris with like little figurines have discussed tactician things and given them names, so she can like tell him with the name of it, and he knows what to do.
Yeah,
like a picture.
And Phallus, having great understanding. Like, basically the joke is that no matter what Maris calls out, it's just Phallus shooting at things.
Yeah, but like it's.
But they assume like different poses. It's like it's all about like how it looks. Yeah.
Yeah. In Maris's mind, like she sees a lot more happening than what's really happening. It's just you pulling the trigger on this crossbow.
Exactly.
So I think for this actually, it's probably better to shoot at a fresh horde because I think I can one shot them.
All right. That's
how much bonus do I get from Maris?
3 dice.
Yeah. So we'll shoot at a fresh horde.
Okay.
Preferably. Actually, I'll shoot at the one that attacked me. So how spread works, right? It hits all creatures in the area.
Yeah.
And I had assumed it was because of like ricochet or what have you type of thing, which is why I would apply the spread to myself. But the way you're thinking about like a shotgun spread type of thing, that would never hit me myself. So my question is, if I do a spread attack in my zone, would I hit myself?
No, but what you're doing is like you are surrounded by this like kind of mob of ghosts, right?
Sure.
So there's something I want to make you aware of is that you're in close range. So there's this kind of concept of like long, medium, short, and then something called close, which is like hands reach. So short range is like you're within combat, but close is like you're physically engaged. So for ranged users, you take a detriment when trying to fire at something at close range.
Right. Thankfully, my weapon has a close trait.
There you go.
Which allows me to shoot at things right in my face.
What's the defense? Sorry to interrupt for a quick sec. What's the defense of the civvies? Humans.
It would be poor.
Is it so same as the ghosts?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Because if it's if the defense is higher, they could make a save. Yeah.
Yeah. Did not get shot.
I see. Okay. I wasn't aware of that, but they are poor. They're just simple folk, not armored.
Anyways, so just confirming, I'm gonna shoot a spread attack. Close range.
I'm not gonna make you shoot yourself.
Okay.
And I just can't. I can't see it happening.
And I am shooting with a good accuracy
versus poor. So I think 2s is all you need, right? That's 2 steps.
So that's 10 damage times 2 for spread, divided by 2 for ghosts. And
oh man, Gordon's gonna take damage here.
You guys ever
I think you just took out Gordon.
What? No, but I'm shooting in front of me only.
I'm in close range though.
Oh,
are you touching him?
I'm literally standing behind him.
Oh, okay. Well then I should.
So
I think the die is cast. Yeah.
With that in mind,
Maris as well though.
The reason I shot at my thing because I assumed nobody else was around me. So that's
I think there was an assumption made there.
Because I could have cleared out the ones by Gordon, or I could have cleared out the one by Maris.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna just quickly jump in here and say that you guys aren't close enough. Like, close is like you'd be touching him. I think Gordon, you're behind him, but not like close.
Well, so what I had said was I'm literally standing right behind him.
Yeah, that's true.
I can take. Right. I should take the damage. Like that's
all right.
Okay.
Great. Gordon. Yeah.
This is crippling damage.
It is, but I mean, that's the rule, right? You can't just like wave it away.
I mean,
I
You could.
You could no. Then it's just make believe land. Like actions have consequences.
What do we do?
We
Are we imagining things? No, this is real life.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If you don't have a rule set, it doesn't make any. It doesn't do anything.
Okay.
How much damage does it take?
Have any of you guys ever seen Equilibrium?
A lot.
Yes, the gun. Like you're talking about gun kata.
Yeah. So there's this thing in Equilibrium. It's Christian Bale is this like policeman, and they're the people of that world are like they're very emotionless. They're only logical. So they have this form of shooting guns called gun kata, and it exposes the least amount of your body to an opponent while maximizing your accuracy with a pistol.
It's like martial arts, but like the method of like aiming and shooting and drawing and stuff.
Yeah.
So
gun fu.
So Phallus does this. He has his crossbow in hand, and proceeds to gun kata the shit out of everything in his immediate vicinity.
You just imagine like Reaper from Overwatch, his ultimate just.
And one of those hits Gordon square in the jaw.
Well, Gordon, did you not get a
Maris
reflex?
in this?
You didn't get a reflex roll?
My defense is also poor.
Oh no. Well, you take half damage.
The effect here is yes, you're going to be taking half damage, so that's 5.
So
but
5, and then you have your armor.
I just healed you.
Oh, I didn't see you there, Gordon. I'm sorry.
But Phallus is effectively able to decimate this horde. It is smoke from these creatures disapparating. I don't even know if that's a word. Fuck it, it is now. Kind of billows down and dissipating. Thank you. It billows down over Phallus's body and flows.
I'm gonna
out
remember
here.
this next time you say something about me saying the word Krang.
I forgot about that.
Okay, the difference here, though, is that I said I don't even think that's a word.
Oh, I know Krang isn't a word, but I want to make it one. I've summoned
like
it into
fetch.
I'm
existence.
trying to make fetch happen, Dave.
These arrows crang through the bodies of each and every one of these ghosts.
So, I mean, like,
They're
when you
all-
imagine that you're trying to shoot 10 targets in 6 seconds, and you don't even know that there's 10 because they're just swarming around you. So you just shoot everything that's around you within 6 seconds. You accidentally shoot another person who was in your area. You're just like, oh, whoops.
And just as you say, Phallus turns over as the smoke like billows over him, and he looks fucking cool. And he looks over for a little bit of like acknowledgement from his friends. And there's Gordon, and he's got like an arrow in his shoulder, one in his leg, one's like sticking out of his hat or his collar.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And he just doesn't look pleased with you.
And
I'm sorry. I
on
didn't see you there, Gordon.
on the UI, you see a little icon appear, and Gordon will remember this.
I thought you were just like,
Yeah.
do not shoot allies.
But
Yeah.
but who is he mad at? Is it Phallus? Is it Maris? Is it both of them?
It's tough to tell.
We'll
Tough
find
to
out.
tell.
Yeah.
Still Maris'
What I
turn.
can't tell you
Next
is that it's Maris'
week.
turn.
Yeah.
No,
Still Maris'
wait.
turn.
Yep. What I can't tell you is it's Maris' turn.
What was it? How often was it?
You can
When
do
does metal
one person.
refresh?
Oh, metal allows you to do another action.
Metal refreshes
Yeah.
at the start of your turn.
Okay, so I would have had my medal back
Have
again. So she's gonna use a medal to how many more hordes are there?
There's
3.
2 fresh ones and 1 that is like half damage. You still also have a move action, so you can GTFO, which
You
would be
can.
not a bad idea. Which Gordon should have done previously.
He was sitting there just healing you guys.
Yeah. Standing at the back of the party.
Well,
Should've been there.
how damaged is Gord?
Gord he's not wounded, but he's looking pretty fed up with his situation.
I'm trying to decide if I
Not
should
much.
waste aqua.
You should have
Use my medal to
participated in the
help.
practitioner training with us.
Trying to decide if I should use a medal to heal him, but no. If he just looks pissed, he's not worth it.
He's not on death's door. Yeah.
Yeah. Maris is I'll just use my move action, not a medal, but move to start like moving away, but letting folks know, like, I think we should get out of here. Like, she's maybe grab Gord and tug them along.
Yeah.
You grab
Well,
him
I'm
with one of the
saying-
arrows. Yeah.
That'll definitely
Sorry,
move
Gordon.
him.
Sorry, Gordon.
Yeah, Gord's become a bit of a butt stop at this point.
A butt
Um,
stop?
A butt stop? What is
The
What
butt
is a
joke.
butt stop?
That is the word, right?
a butt stop?
Yeah.
It's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's an archery term.
Oh.
I see. According to Urban Dictionary, a butt stop is.
No, look there.
Yeah.
I did Google butt stop
A buttress?
to just double check. I did a lot of archery when I was a kid, and a butt stop is the padding behind the target that stops the butt of the arrow. So you don't have like a broadhead, which is like a sharpened head on an arrow.
Oh, I can tell you it's not
You
a
have
buttress.
target heads.
It's still a funny phrase.
Yeah.
Butt stop.
I'm
Okay,
sure,
Gordon is
I'm
our
sure
butt stop.
Child Franco must have loved that term.
No, I mean, I was a kid, but I wasn't like giggling at every time that somebody said the word butt.
Were you a
I
real
did.
kid then?
Hold on,
Onwards.
let me- I gotta
No,
know
we're
this now.
conti-
Arrow.
Nope.
It's just
We're not in-
called an archery butt. I have it on. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
wouldn't-
it is a butt
I
stop
tire
or-
of this.
Let's continue. I'm gonna get hangry. It's lunchtime.
Uh-oh.
Hangry? What does hangry mean?
It's
I
a
get
common,
so
it's a portmanteau.
hungry. I
I
get
know,
angry?
I know.
Yeah.
God damn it, Dave.
Look, I'm-
Drink your beaver juice.
Fellas, go.
I really don't like that. I really don't like that.
Dave will remember this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I feel like I've
but yeah,
lost
I
control
would
of this
assume
children.
Maris would want to at least move out of the hazard area that she's in.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you move further away from the hazard area, which is actually Phallus at this point. And it rolls over to Phallus, Phallus again.
Okay, did you want to use
Wait.
your metal action?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do I need to use the metal to move out of the hazard area?
No, that's just your movement action. You get a move and a
I'm-
regular action, then you can use metal to do another action.
Yes. I'm gonna move out of that area. And how am I still close enough to shoot?
Guns should be quite rangy.
Yeah.
As
So I'm
range weapon.
gonna shoot at the horde that's about half damage.
Okay. You're looking to hit a poor defense.
Don't forget to focus, Miss Mary, like we practice.
Oh, I don't know if that. I can't see anything.
Well,
You got a
it's
3-2-2.
I got a
2, 2,
1
3.
focus. So
So
3, 3, 2.
2 threes. What's your accuracy?
Sorry, everything got really
Average,
slow.
I think.
Yeah, everything's average.
Okay. You're looking for threes, so you got 2.
So
And
you
I
got
believe
2
that's
threes.
+1. So your total damage has been
3
calculated.
damage.
Cool.
Pew,
Pew pew.
pew.
All right. Yeah, you knock off another couple of ghosts from the weakened horde. They seem enraged with you in particular.
Well, what else is new?
Phallus, go for it.
All right, so the zone that Maris now vacated, there was a horde that attacked her. Now can I shoot that one without hurting anybody that is my allies? I don't care about civilians as much, but
Yeah, I think you can. Except was Gordon right next to her?
Gordon was right next to me.
Okay. So
Unless
was
we're
he in
all-
proximity to this? The question I have is, was he in proximity to Maris?
Were we
I don't
all
know
together?
where was
'Cause-
Maris? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was under the impression we basically got off the staircase or were
Okay.
near it.
So
and then
that,
we were
that
all
being
close
said, then
together.
no, you should be fine to go for it.
All right, I'm shooting at the horde that will not hurt Gordon or Maris.
The gourd horde.
Horde. Oh, that's not a good roll. I have good, so I need 2s.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I still hit all of them, which is great. So that's 7 damage times 2 for spread.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to knock out most of the horde. There are 3 left.
There's 3 left in that one, and there's whatever left in the other one that Maris just shot at, and then there's
2
one
left.
more fresh one.
Yes.
Where's the last fresh one?
If you want a full count of ghosts, I'm counting a total of 15 ghosties over here.
No, I'm just thinking, where's the last fresh, like the full 10.
Oh, that's on Gord, if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
on board. Okay, so I can't shoot that one. I will.
Sorry,
No,
hold
the
on.
ghost goes
Yeah,
after
no,
me.
4-3 is on Gord. Yep.
That's the.
Okie dokie.
Then I will use Ekram's Justice, which is a single shot at the horde that's around me and Gord, I guess. So this one does not get the spread benefit / detriment.
Okay.
My hope is I can thin them out so that their damage will get mitigated by our armor as much as possible. I think I hit everything again.
Yeah.
So that's just 7 flat, though. That's the only problem.
You pop a couple others in the head, and you see 4 of them drop.
Sweet. Oh, thanks for running up. Okay, that's all I can do. Actually, I took my damage at the start of my turn for the hazard. And then I don't want to leave Gordon here because he'll get focused by the guys. So I'm like, Gord, get out of here! And I like kind of wave at the ghost is like, come at me!
Come at me! I'm not
Stop
scared.
me! I'm right here.
Yeah, I'm right here. Come get me. What are you waiting for? That's my best I can do.
It's fair.
The Governor.
Yeah.
All right. And I guess that'll end your turn there. In true to form, the Horde of 6 comes straight at you.
I regret my decision immediately.
So they swing over to you and begin flailing wildly. They have a good attack against your average defense.
That's right.
Double check. Not getting any statistics wrong. Yep. So you're looking at 4 damage.
Okay, 2 of it gets soaked into my armor. My plan is working brilliantly.
My plan to get hit. The other horde of 2 begins to drift slowly over. They take a swing at Gordon here, which is 4 defense.
Yep.
Okay. Oops. No. This.
Oh God.
Oh God.
So you throw 8.
No. Sorry. I just clicked incorrectly. It is not that.
22 DC.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
Nuts. All right. You're taking 3 here.
3. Okay. So yeah, I'll take 2 after armor. Okay.
And the last horde moves over to Maris, and does the same.
No.
Okay.
No.
Tactician trait. No. I don't want it.
Bad ghost.
You spray them with water.
Okay. With 3-5-4, what is your defense's average?
Average.
So they need to hit on 3s, I guess. Actually, yeah. So that's all 3. 4 damage.
And then armor, so 3 damage.
Correct. Things seem to be swinging in your favor. Most of the people on this platform are either dead or have moved past you back up the stairs. And it wraps back around to Gord.
Okay, cool. How do Phallus and Maris look? Do they look pretty beat up?
I'm at half my toughness.
Maris has got a minor wound and 2 toughness, so she's looking a little not.
I imagine Gord probably just wants to heal himself, anyways.
Great.
Yeah, probably okay, so he's gonna throw 5d6 for his channeling test with a focus, and it was on 4s, I think, for the healing glow. Oh no, it was on 5s. So he's gonna do 1. Everyone gets 1 toughness back.
Yeah.
Spend his metal to do it again.
More healing.
Gord.
That's pretty good.
Generation stick.
And that's 4 more. So everyone's getting 5 back total. Although, actually, at the start of my turn, I'm taking a wound because of the. I get slapped by a ghost. Okay, ghostly slap.
Ghostly slap.
Minor
Okay.
wound.
Get back 5.
Do you leave the area?
Yeah, I'll move. So is there a location I can go where there are no ghosts, like going further in?
Maris should be
Weirdly
awake. Oh, no,
weirdly
actually,
enough, there is a location you can go where there are no ghosts. It is further onto the platform.
yeah,
So
it's
you guys
not
have-
with Maris
I'll go
because
there.
Maris has a swarm on her now.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'll move to that
Yeah.
zone. If that's one zone away, I can do that.
It is, yes.
Okay.
You should be able to do that.
Cool. He'll hustle.
So everybody, replenish your toughness as required. And you've used all of your actions.
Yep,
Yeah, it should
turn.
go over to Maris now.
I guess just continuing to back away and shoot at whatever's damaged.
Everything's
Not
damaged
people.
at this point.
Do you want to shoot or do you want to tell other people to shoot?
I can't use it anymore because I already used it on Phallus and it doesn't work with spells.
Is it like
It's per
once
round, right?
per battle?
Yeah. Or I think it is.
I thought it's per round.
I guess I always alternate when I use it. Let me double check here.
If it's per round, then you're free to do that if you choose.
Per
If it's
round.
per
So
You're free to do it if you choose.
we're gonna do it again. I thought it was Phallus Alpha Formation 20.
Righto!
Formation.
It's like, righto! Yes! It's like he thinks for a second. It's like, which
Counting
one's
on
this
his
one again?
fingers.
He's like, right, shoot things. So there are 2 hordes, right? There's one that attacked me and one that attacked Gordon, but Gordon left the area. So I'm just going to shoot in my area.
Yeah.
Basically, at the 2 hordes in my area.
Okay, to clarify, there was a horde on Gordon. Oh, you know what? Let's just do one small retcon because
Sure.
there was a horde on Gordon, and because Gordon would have taken that spread damage, why didn't the horde? So
Wasn't the horde the target of the spell? Or the
there
target
was
of the
one
attack?
on Murray and there was one on you. So imagine like you guys are like sitting here.
Oh, so yeah,
Set.
so I shot at 1 horde, but the other horde should have taken half the damage again.
Exactly. Dave, do you happen to remember how much damage you took?
I think it was 4 or 5. Though, if it's a horde or swarm, is it a swarm? Then it would take double damage.
Double damage, yep.
From even the spread, the half again.
Oh,
damage?
maybe not. Yeah, maybe not.
It's weird.
The point of the matter is there were 2 kind of hanging around you at the end of that. Oh no, wait, it would have been horde number 3. So Murray, around you, there are 4, not 6, ghosties. But you are good to do your attack again, and you should be able to hit them both. There is a small swarm of 4 and a swarm of 3 next to you.
And I need 2s.
I believe so.
All right, I
'Cause they're-
murder them all.
Seems to be the case. I'm seeing a lot of damage here. It's doubled and halved, and that is exactly right to get the job done. These 2 hordes around you are obliterated in a hail of arrow
Die,
fire.
pie.
I
So-
should really just min-max
I'm-
her mind. Just 'cause, like 5 dice for you to roll when she used tactician.
What do you
Jesus
need
Christ.
for spell casting? Is it mind?
It's mined with channeling. Yeah.
So yeah, that would totally fit Maris's build.
Yeah.
If you want to be a spellcaster with tactician.
I like the idea that like you've been shooting so many arrows. Like I imagine you've got like maybe little like reload kits to, like slam into these things. But this platform is littered with arrows, broken arrows.
And I realize why like like hitting the civilians, quote unquote, is because the arrow goes through the ghost and maybe it'll hit somebody behind him that I didn't notice. That kind of stuff. That kind of That's the rationale I'm going. That's the story I'm going to be telling. That's why there's collateral damage. Totally was not shooting people.
Also, nitpick and be that guy, crossbows don't shoot arrows; they shoot bolts.
I was gonna actually say that. I was gonna say I misspoke and they were bolts.
Mr. Captain Archery.
Captain Archery.
Arrow butt.
That's what I called myself. I remember saying those words.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Maris, you've used one of your actions. You have a medal if you choose to spend it, or
Gonna shoot.
Gonna shoot more.
I'm gonna shoot more.
Okay, you're looking at a horde of two. I call it a horde, but it's just two little ghosts.
I'm gonna shoot at the 2 little ghosts.
Yeah, you shoot at the ghosts.
They're a
Give me a roll.
swarming spirit.
Average accuracy, and I got 1 focus, so 3 to 5.
You nail one.
Woo!
It goes, ah! And there's just this one little ghost left.
I'm swarm of fun.
And he's kind of had enough, and he just fucks off.
He
It's not his turn yet.
Disparates.
Yeah, he disparates. He disapparates is what I think I said.
Disapparates.
Which is the opposite of apparating, I assume. Yeah, and that's the end of initiative order. You guys, kind of like when you take stock of the situation, you see that you have killed many, but saved more. A little
You
girl.
say we, but it's all Phallus's fault.
You know, you guys have got to take it. Responsibility for your actions. There's a little girl. She like approaches you with her mother. They're like, "Thank you for saving us." And you feel pretty good about that. You guys are at Doom 4, and Doom only goes up by 1 right now.
Yay!
Yay!
Which I guess is good.
It's as good as how we dealt with the pub. Another job well done.
Yeah.
And with that, you can kind of get a better look at things up here. Looking down over the edge of this railing, you can see a large plaza below you, and a giant building
It looks like a giant
that kind of
domino.
overlooks the plaza. Let me give you a little readout here. Here we are. Trying to figure out where I am. Okay, so before you see a giant prison building. It seems like a fair amount of prisoners have died here in the past, and you can tell this because the plaza is filled to the brim with glaive wraiths, chain rasps, and executioners, all in ghostly form. It seems like the prisoners from this jail, the stockade, have arisen from their rest, and the guards that they haven't killed or driven away are now being dragged over to hooks, ethereal hooks, and chopping blocks, and gory executions are being staged below. There are people fleeing the area as the dead snatch them up and bring them over to have their innards hacked out, or to be trapped within those little, I believe they're called stocks, where you kind of like, yeah. And from below you can hear their chilling choruses as they sing, "Souls for the undying king."
How many?
Souls for the undying king.
How many are we talking? You said filled to the brim. Like
Thousands.
how many? Is it like dozens, thousands, hundreds? What are we
I think
thinking?
we're in the high double digits. They're not necessarily like.
Oh, Dylan, come back!
All right, bye.
See you
I
later.
saw the camera going farther and farther away.
They're not. They're. You get the idea that like they're not all concentrated on you. There are enough other people in this plaza that they're not all going to go. Oh, there they are, and begin to attack. But you can tell it would be very difficult to cross this area. However, taking a better look at things, you can tell that it would be more difficult to try to work your way around this. The side streets are very narrow, and they are filled with people running and being slain as they run. It's very difficult to see a way around this area. So you guys make it to the bottom of these steps, and as you kind of take your first steps into the plaza, figuring out what you want to do, a man approaches you from the side. He has 5 guards with him, and he rolls up behind you, and he stands there with his arms crossed, looking at the square.
Oh,
the people that he's with are all dressed in gleaming silver plate, and from their shoulders hangs a cloak of like bright fire red. They have these big bucket helmets on, and large swords at their side.
Phallus takes note of their cloaks. It's a nice looking cloak.
This man who has no helmet on, he stands there with big locks of golden hair flowing back over behind his head. And
Lucius?
no, he actually turns to you and says, "Well, it looks like we're in a bit of a pickle here."
Pickles pops up.
No,
Wait.
not you, Pickles.
The name's
Hello.
Medina. How's it going?
Just a lot of ghosts.
You don't say.
Maris looks over her shoulder, looks back at the. Well, I don't know if the ghosts are behind her, but she looks over her shoulder, or the corpses, and looks back at him.
You of course know who I am, Lieutenant Majid.
Of course.
No.
You know me and my Bright Wardens. We've got a regiment standing nearby.
Was your regiment nearby when we were fighting, 40 or so ghosts?
It's a good
Helping
thing all
the
your men
people?
have swords at their sides. Good thing we're not using any of those right now. Come on, there's people dying.
You don't say. I was just about to ask you about that. I think that we need to clean
It
up.
wasn't my fault.
I don't recall saying that. Anyways, moving on. I feel like we need to clean up this square and retake the Bleak Stockade. He motions over to the large, dark building that is made out of gray stone, and you can tell that he's talking about the prison over on the side.
All right.
Yeah.
How do you propose we do that?
Well, I propose that I'm about to conscript you.
What?
We need to get below the university, actually. Where is that from here?
If you're trying to get to the university, I assume you're talking about Domini University.
Yes. Domini Pizza Academy.
It's the building that's shaped like a domino.
They do have a bakery division, and I can say that it is chef's kiss. If you're looking to get to Domini, you'd be trying to get to the other side of the square, but never mind that. We've got a prison to clear out.
Tell you what, let's take the square first, and we'll see where we end up.
The square, the prison.
The square is through the square, you said, right?
Yeah, through the square. Well, this square is going to be very difficult to clear. I think that the best choice of action is to take care of the prison first.
Why?
Give me a roll for. I think that you're trying to reason with this fella. Give me a guile roll.
Can I guile?
Sure.
Yeah.
Tell me how you help.
Maris and Phallus are free people. We do not.
Look, I'm lieutenant around here, and what I say goes. So you're gonna help us clear out this prison, and you're gonna like it.
We're free people. One's a pirate and one's a merchant.
Sir, we would love to help you
free out the prison, but I think it has to come next. We have an idea of where we can go to get rid of these ghosts, and we desperately need your help there first. And if we could clear out the square, we're going to be able to go to the prison shortly after we get underneath the university. I promise that we'll come back. And like Pickles is like on her shoulder, like clasping, like begging.
All right, hit me with a roll. Is it that 512 that I see there?
Can we assist?
Yeah, that's the hit me with a roll with the help. Who's making the roll and who's helping? I feel like you both have
Guile mind.
Yes, yeah. I feel like you both have
5
dibs on this.
You have 5 in mind?
5 mind plus guile. Yeah.
So I think that is Maris assisting Gord.
Do you have any training in guile there, Maris?
No. So I can't.
I have no training.
Add an extra d6.
Okay. What's the DN?
You're looking for a 4-2.
Oh.
Feels like it's gonna work.
Easy. Yeah. Yeah. 6, 5, 4.
Whew.
Just like I called it. Easy.
Well, all right. I don't know what you know, but it sounds like you know what you're talking about.
Well, as long as you know what we know, then it's good to know.
So I'll tell you what, I won't conscript you today, but I do expect you to come back ASAP to help me out with this prison business. We can't leave this in such a state.
Yeah, sure.
And you're going to help us clear the square, like I said, right?
Not a chance, little lady.
What?
I've got my orders and you've got yours. Now get out of here, you tykes.
Tykes?
Wow.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Well, I have a feeling we'll not see him ever again.
Don't
We
say
come
that
back there
so
all
loud.
day.
Side quest declined. Yeah.
And Majid motions over to his honored guard and he says, "Follow me, men. We've got work to do." And he gets going.
Okay.
I
Rest
have a
in
feeling that
peace.
they're all going to die. On to our quest.
I think
So-
before we step in there, I think are we refreshed on toughness, or should I
You are
throw out
refreshed.
another heal? Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So you guys kind of take a look around the area, and you figure that you could probably make it to the other side of the square, but you'll have to be quick and you'll have to be stealthy.
Okay.
Or at least you'll have to. Stealthy may not be the word. You'll try to draw no attention to yourselves.
Pickles has stealth. I don't. Maris does not. Just like let Pickles go himself.
Yeah, Gordon does not help stealth either.
He's got a giant collar.
Yeah.
You figure it
In
will
bright,
take,
brilliant white cloak. Yeah.
you figure it will take 3 turns to get across this plaza.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. I got to run to the bathroom. Sorry.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll talk amongst ourselves for a moment. Do you guys have any ideas what you want to do here?
So it was. Sorry, you're saying it was like you stealth, or like we have to be. We're not going to be able to fight our way across.
You could go in bravado and maybe try to intimidate the ghosts away. It's really,
We're
I
talking
don't know
about
however you want to handle it.
Because
Well, Miss Mary, what's the plan?
I don't know.
Well, that's no good, because I don't know either.
I'm just seeing
If only Gordon was here, and not being in a bush.
Yeah, why did he have to hit the can?
Well, he's an old man, you know. Sometimes their bladder is not what they used to be.
I didn't need that much detail.
I think it's that beaver juice he's been drinking.
Right. What was
Little FYI here. We're getting to the 3-hour mark here, and we'll probably be calling it pretty shortly.
All right. Well, time-wise, it sounds like we're good. Breaking the fourth wall here.
I'm just seeing if she can use like survival to like
Ride or die
navigate.
time. Yeah, survival would be interesting. Can we identify a route that would maximize our success?
Yeah, navigating when you have to travel long distances, watching for signs of passage gained, dangerous accomplished trackers. I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like survival could work, but that's.
I am but a vessel. you guys tell me what you want to do, why you want to do it, and I tell you whether it works or not.
So I propose that Maris use her survival to see if she can scout out a way for them to make their way stealthily through the square to where they need to go.
Yeah. Okay. So you are on the edge of this square, so you're not in immediate danger. You can tell that if you hang out here for too long, you'll probably draw the ire of a few of the flying ghosts around the area. But you do have a moment to kind of look to see what kind of routes you can take. Now, I'm not 100% sure survival is the way to go about this. I think that maybe this would be more of an awareness thing.
Or intuition?
No, intuition would be kind of like reading
People.
into like people or getting a feeling about something.
Fair enough.
Well, I have a 3d6. It's mind. So maybe
Yeah.
we need Gord to do this. Hey, Gord.
Hey, Gord.
What? Yes, yes.
Gord,
Well, you guys can work together.
Yeah. We can all look for a route together.
Gord, we're gonna try to see if we can find a safe passage through the square so we can get to where we're going, where we need to go, which is under the university. I'm losing her voice. I don't remember what Mary sounds like anymore.
I have one training in awareness to offer.
Yeah, I'm just looking here. Gord could do an awareness with 5. Yeah, I could go for it.
Yeah, I
Am
can
I
assist
getting-
with one training.
Okay, so is it I get 2 then? Is that what
Um,
we're talking about?
so how much training does Maris have? 0. Okay, you're going to be getting.
Wait, yeah, 0 in awareness. Yeah.
Okay, I think this is correct, but they're both going to be working with you to try to determine the safest route across the plaza.
Okay.
So for Murray, you will get 1 dice because of his
Training?
training in it, and then from Maris, you'll get 1 dice because she's just trying to help. And the difficulty is 5-2.
6, 5, 5, 6, 6.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so
fucking
you
mosey
spot-
our way through.
You,
Yeah.
No, you do not. you
Power
do
walking.
spot
Yeah.
the optimal route. You see kind of you sit there for a moment and watch the flow of the ghosts, see their general traveling patterns, the more concentrated areas where they'll swarm. You take into account the people fleeing around the plaza, the direction they're going, and suddenly everything makes sense. You can see.
I've got it. If we run backwards, it looks like we're running away. They wouldn't expect us to do that.
And then you lose it. You lose it all. All of the numbers come crashing down.
Yeah.
You can see a path that would lead you optimally through while exposing the least amount of visibility to any enemies in the area. Some overturned carts, some boxes, a low building in the middle of the plaza, and onward to the other side. Going forward, each of you will get an extra D6 on your checks to move through the plaza.
Yay! Thank you. Hey, it's
No,
great.
that's great. No, I'm just looking at my normal dice pool. And like, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, then it proportionally it increases your chances quite a lot.
Yeah, exponentially.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess let's get sneaking. What's the test?
Yeah. So how do you want to move through? Do you want to sneak, or do you want to move quickly, or what are you doing?
I mean, given the team's, stealth ability, I guess quick is probably better.
Just run. Yeah.
Just book it. Yeah. That
Yeah,
I mean, that makes
I
sense.
have a decent
Yeah.
stealth, but I don't think anybody else does.
No.
I mean, with the extra dice, I got 3d6 for stealthing, but
It's not the
it's
worst.
gonna be same for anything
Yeah.
with body.
Cool. If you guys are going to try to get through here as fast as possible,
Yes.
you will be rolling an athletics check. And that would be
What's the difference between I should know this, but athletics, dexterity, and reflexes?
Reflexes is how quickly you can react to something.
Yeah, dexterity is like handling something fine.
Yeah.
Athletics would be, how fast can you move or how long can you move, and dexterity would be how deftly you can move.
Okay.
So with accuracy. So in this case, I'm thinking athletics makes the most sense because you're going to be basically sprinting across a plaza. So
Parkour.
Hit me up. You're trying to do 4D. Your success is 4-2 body mind.
Body mind?
body athletics.
And we get an extra dice, right?
Yep.
Yes, you do.
I'll go first. Success.
Perfect.
Okay. Neris, do you want to go next?
That with bated breath.
It was a 4-2.
Yes.
1 success.
Okay.
All right. Gordon is throwing 2 dice. Nope.
And at least Gord's not like a main cast member, so that's fine.
Wow.
You guys leave him behind and he dies. But you guys make it through with no problem now.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, well, that'll speed things up. Or not, because I think Gord kept us alive.
Yeah, it'll speed us to our death.
Well, he might still keep you alive through his absence.
Gordon,
he died as he lived, keeping us alive.
Gordon is dressed in a bunch of fancy robes.
He can't run. He hitches up his skirt.
He's opulent at best, and he's got gold filigree on his hat and his robing. Gordon tries to keep up with you two, but he can't, and he ends up tripping halfway through the plaza.
My foot! It's stuck!
And upon looking up before him, he sees a Lord Executioner.
Gord.
And you guys are now in initiative order.
Well, and it's not that him tripping that alerted them. It was him yelling, "My foot!" Way to go, Gord.
My foot!
And with that, with his foot comment, Lord Executioner takes note because he feels self-conscious about being a ghost without feet.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
Here is your eternal reward.
So, Gord, you are prone, but you're going first.
Okay.
Crawl, Gord.
Yeah. So movement. I'm gonna stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it a move to stand up or an action to stand up here?
It is a movement.
Okay. And then I'm gonna cast Banishment on this Lord Executioner. At least try to.
Does the Lord Executioner get like any sort of saves on this? There's no saves.
Let me see if I can find it.
It's not like D&D in that way, is it?
There is a resistance to it. A creature in the prison is restrained. A creature, including one trapped inside, can use the attack action or damaging spell to attempt to smash it.
Okay.
There's no resistance. Yeah, because I still have to succeed on it.
Yeah,
is the idea. Okay, so it's 5-3, and I think based on, do I want to double channeling doesn't really help me, so I think I might just use my metal to move. Okay, so I'm going to use 5 dice.
Go for it.
I need 3 5s or more.
I'm so hoping that you succeed.
And I do. So focus brings 4 to a 5, 3 5s. I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna brute this guy in a crystal. And so I can move him long range away from me.
Okay.
Meaning that he's gonna have to like do a couple full moves.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Captain Conscription go? Is he gone? Is he gone?
Yeah, you can't see him now, but you know that he was moving towards the bleak stockade, which is
how many zones do you think that would be?
Oh god, it wouldn't be long. It'd be longer than long, but you could put him in that direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically put him because technically it's in the sky, like anywhere in long range. It doesn't need to be along the ground or anything. I'm gonna basically just move him over top of where I think they would be, down a little bit to out of sight, and then I'm gonna leave him there.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's like a crowd of people here. It's not like hefty crowds where you can't move through them, but there's like hundreds of people and ghosts.
These crowds are so hefty. How am I supposed to get through?
Through the
Hail
crowd.
and hearty.
Like,
Through the crowd, and you.
it's like
you see
moving
this
through the mall. Yeah.
One big fucking ghost just moving over
Yeah.
and dropped behind
into a crowd of people.
Yeah.
And from the crowd, like, oh my god, it's a Lord Executioner.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Take him out, boys.
Yeah.
You,
Awesome.
Lieutenant.
Give him what for?
Oh, I should have grabbed the captain and brought him in. Oh, well. Next time. Okay, so then
You're like picking up and placing people wherever you.
yeah, just like chess pieces. Yeah. I like the light lore. It's actually pretty fun. Also, the Lord Executioner is restrained, and because I got 3, I didn't overcast it. But until the start of my next turn, he's restrained. But he can't take damage. Spells or attacks that target the creature inside actually hit the shell instead. So if anyone's going to attack the Lord Executioner, they can't actually damage him until the shell takes 3 or more damage. Anyway,
I got it all.
Protecting him.
kind of. I'm also, but more importantly, I'm protecting myself. What else? So what else is in the zone? There was 1 Lord Executioner.
Yeah, that's all. You guys are
Cool.
still in. You're still in initiative order.
Yeah.
Phallus
Phallus and Maris are like behind one of the overturned carts, like waving at Gordon, like, "Come on, Gordon, come on!"
And it moves to Maris.
I have 1 more action. Sorry, with metal. I'm just going to metal myself to move to them.
Yep, that's kind of what I was going to say. It goes to Maris, and Gord moves to the group. Maris, what would you like to do?
Still moving quickly.
Okay, Phallus, can I assume the same thing?
Yep.
Okay, so let me just do one thing right here, quick.
Do I need to roll to see if I trip? Oh no, my feet disappear.
I don't know my feet.
This is an interesting situation, but I do know how I'm resolving this. What is the 2-hit? What is the defense of your crystal?
Oh, so it doesn't say what the defense is, but the idea is a creature in the prison is restrained. Spells or attacks that target the creature instead hit the shell. If the shell takes 3 or more damage from any one source, it shatters. So it sounds like you'd still be using the defense of the creature, but it would be hitting the shell. That's my assumption, but yeah. As soon as it takes 3 or more damage, it shatters. From any one source, it shatters. Oh, that's interesting. So you could actually use it to like deflect minor damage.
Mm-hmm. You can use it as a shield. Yeah. I don't really. Cool. Yeah, you hear the shattering of crystal behind you.
Okay.
And over
and then
the
I
top
say this will resolve itself. They can't handle 1 Lord Executioner. What are they doing?
Yeah. They wouldn't have very much help for us, anyways.
Yeah.
Over the tops of the crowd, you see the Executioner rise and move towards you. He's now in medium range.
Well, as long as we keep double moving, we should be okay.
Can I use my metal to continue to move faster?
Yes, you can.
That's what I'm doing.
Is that the way you guys are gonna attempt to do this, or do you want
Like
to
move,
basically
action move, metal action move?
I don't want to go through turn order for this. Are you guys running from it?
Will we take a
yes.
dim if we run from it?
Yes.
Because we're fleeing from a battle?
Yes.
Bigger fish. Bigger fish.
Yeah.
Bigger fish, and that's
Bigger
a realm
ghost.
gate.
Okay. Can you guys each make a body athletics save for me, please?
I just threw.
Or not save, just roll.
Wait, no. Did I get an extra dice?
It's 4-2. 2 4s to
Do
succeed.
we still get our bonus?
You do get your bonus dice.
Okay. And you said 4
You're
twos?
still moving away in
2
in that.
successes.
You're good.
Okay. Gordon's going to throw his 2 with a bonus because he actually only has body 1. 1 success.
Okay.
Did we have to throw again if we're using our metal, or does it? You're just like what? Like keep going.
One success.
I really love the way that this functionally works with Gordon and the party. I'll tell you guys after, but it's just quite enjoyable from my end.
We're going to get more and more things just following us, aren't we?
So you guys continue to run at as quick a speed as you can make it. Gord seems to have gotten his footing. but the encounter you guys have just been through kind of slows you down, and it allows more time for the ghosts in the area to spy you. On your way to the edge of the plaza, you think that you're about to make it, and just before you can make it there, 2 chain rasps appear before you, and they block your way.
2 singular or 2 hordes of chain rasps?
Singular. So I think at this point we just drop back into proper initiative, and Gord goes first.
Okay. I crystallize them and run away.
You can do that. You can, in fact, do that. FYI, your guys' doom is now at 6.
Doom? Oh, 6? I thought it was okay.
It was at 3,
Yeah.
then the pub made it 4, and then
Yes, that's what I
the
missed.
platform fight was 5, and then running from the Lord Executioner 6.
I'd like
Murray's
to
on
forget
top
the
of it. I like to forget the pub.
I think
yeah,
it was
I'll
your
do-
most brilliant moment ever, Murs.
These aren't a swarm because they're individual entities. So Arcane Bolt on the first one. 5
right.
guys.
Zappity Zolt, Arcane Bolt.
Zippity zoopity. Let's give them 4
Zappity.
damage oopity. Murray and I are on the same page. Yep,
Yeah.
4 damage on 1. 4 magical damage.
Bibbidi bap, you get zapped.
This skeletal ethereal creature does what can only be described as comical. He starts to begin to shake, and you can see its bones like showing through its cloak and body, and just poofs into some mist.
Because he wasn't
Okay.
transparent before.
And then
Okay.
I'm gonna use the metal to fire another arcane bolt.
All right.
For successes with
Lightning
focus.
bolt, lightning bolt.
The same thing. Yeah, exactly. So you just like open palms, like yeah, yeah, yeah,
Zippity zappity.
yeah.
scatting while he's doing it.
Yeah, Gordon
That's
is
the
a
vocal part
scat
of the
man.
spell casting.
Hit me with another one of those sweet athletics rolls. You know that you can probably sprint to the other end of this plaza
I see the entrance now.
quickly.
3 successes.
Looks good, man.
Sorry, is the university next door to a prison?
As one would. As one does.
That's pretty funny. Okay.
They need
To
it for
clarify
human
that,
experiments.
The university isn't a single building. The university is a district,
Which has a prison in it.
and outside of that district, there
And a
are
tapless pub.
No, the Tapless pub is in the Emberwalk district.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I read the
Come on,
book.
Dylan.
I did not.
Yeah. That's what I gotta
Is
tell
it?
you.
Do we still have that bonus dice from that good roll,
Yeah,
or
man.
is it's paying off? That's the only way I have a chance of succeeding on these. Doesn't matter though.
One success.
One success,
One
which means
success.
you didn't fall on your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, the chance is that you're gonna get 1 success, 1 failure on 2 dice.
Yeah.
Miss Maris rolled them bones. Cool. You guys think you're gonna make it, but 2 more chain
Again?
rasps appear. Dave,
Oh,
would you like to do the honors?
All right.
Or just arcane, like
Arcane
Spider-Man.
blast. 5 damage.
4? All right, yeah, boom.
Arcane
You got
blast or
one of them.
arcane bolt.
Bam.
let's say. And
Damn.
Oh,
4
did that
damage.
fire? Okay.
Yeah.
Bam!
Yeah,
He's
Gordon's had enough of this shit.
yeah.
I want to imagine like where Maris and Phallus is running, and then Gord is trying to like hike up his skirt as he's going, and I basically kind of pick him up by the back, and then as I do that, he's just like, yeah. Just like,
His little
I
legs
that you're
sticking
just
under him.
shooting lightning bolt. Like you're like LARPing.
yeah.
Lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
All right, you've successfully made it to the far end of this plaza and into the street beyond. You feel like you're getting close to where you need to be for a couple of different reasons. A, because this seems to be where a steady stream of chain rasps and wraiths and executioners seem to be heading. But looking above you, You can see that they are stopped by some sort of invisible source. As your eyes kind of trail downwards, you start to notice that before you is a amethyst-looking ethereal wall. You move up to it and place a hand upon it, and you see that it has substance and that you cannot make your way through.
Can I do an Arcana check on this?
Before either of you do, let me read you the following.
Isn't like Amethyst Shayesh's like color magic thing?
Well, we talked about Amethyst stuff before, so.
It is a death magic. You guys know that.
Yes.
Purple,
all right.
the color of death.
You are now in the Bastion district, which is where Domini University is. Domini University makes up much of the Bastion district, and on most nights, you could enter without even realizing it, until the architecture gradually changes to the thick, imposing towers and looming edifices favored by the Agloraxian Empire. Remember, Brightspear was built upon the ruins of an Agloraxian Empire. Tonight, the city blocks that make up the campus are enveloped in a curtain of amethyst magic, the spirits of the dead swirling around them and hammering uselessly on the shimmering veil. Before you, a weary, withered man leaning on a thick wooden staff stares you down. He raises his head and says, "There's no admittance."
It's pretty good.
Sean Connery.
Sean?
Sean? Why did you make such poor movie decisions?
Is he on the? So he's he's on the other side of the thing.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out if this guy is part of the Necromancers Guild or if he's unrelated.
But he's trying to keep the ghost up, which is weird.
I don't want to lead you, but you could ask him.
You should banish him and bring him over.
Yeah.
You banish him. I banish him.
Hey, where he had to prevent Nagash's fell entrance by these necromancers. Remove this gate at once.
He stops for a moment and he's kind of taken aback by that. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Okay, we caught some lady up on
Hey, lady.
some lady, and she was saying that there's a necromantic circle underneath the university who's summoning all these ghosts, hence why they're all coming here. So unless you're a part of that, then let us in right now.
Yeah, he's taken aback by that. That level of knowledge of what's going on, and he stops for a moment. I apologize for my rudeness. Please come in. And you turn around for a moment to see a large horde of multiple chain rasps and wraiths and executioners coming your way. And they move closer to you. And then they're closer to you and closer. And just before they're upon you, you see before you the amethyst veil parts and allows you in. So
okay, I do the Maris and I cut the air ahead of me as I run.
And put your arms behind you.
Wind
Your head
resistance.
down.
Okay, that's a run. I forgot.
Yeah.
That's weird, I can't say.
No sooner have you moved past the amethyst barrier that the hordes are upon you, and they slam against the now closed barrier.
Oh no, my hat.
Amethyst Order.
The man looks at you. He says, well, "That was a close shave. My name is Black."
Sorry, was it save or shave?
I said it was a close shave.
I still don't know which one he said. Where could we find the necromantic summoning circle?
Well, to be quite frank with you, if I knew there was a necromantic summoning circle, then I would have gone and taken care of it myself. But as you can probably tell, I have no clue.
Okay, she said like lower area underneath the university.
Yeah, that there's a realm gate. Wasn't it a realm gate underneath the university?
Zabraxon takes a moment to think, and he says, "I think I have a clue." And with that, we'll end the session.
His name is Zabraxon.
Zabraxian.
Imagine
Zabraxian.
him like a Colonel Mustard type of looking guy.
Just in time for my headset to scream at me, battery low.
Nice.
Perfect timing. Yeah, that is a good place to end it.
Man, I'm so glad this one-off session.
Yeah, right. Zabraxin seems amicable to helping you guys.
And he's not suspicious at all of 3 random strangers who happen to know all the details of what's going on.
I don't know. You'll have to ask him.
Well, at least it doesn't look like we're controlling the ghouls. So I guess enemy of an enemy is a friend.
For what it's worth, you said specifically the right thing to make him open up that amethyst barrier. I wasn't sure if you guys were gonna like try something different or whatever, but like it seems like the puzzle pieces fell into place because
we're pretty blunt.
You had to specifically mention very certain things to open that amethyst barrier.
What's that? Playing coy with our information?
Here's everything I know. I think that was interesting. I wonder. I kind of wish I would have grabbed the crystal lady before. I also wonder, like, I don't know. I don't feel super great about killing a captive, but she was leaving, and it's probably safer. But yeah, I wonder what we missed out on.
No loose ends, and we were going to leave her behind anyway. So
it's true.
No loose ends.
We were quote unquote leaving her to bleed out. And I'm like, well, you know, let's. If that's our sentiment,
it felt
then,
dark.
If that's
It
our sentiment,
didn't feel right. It felt dark. Madison's gonna cry later by herself.
I started to panic a little bit at the beginning of the session because you guys are like.
Phallus looked back to make sure Maris had already left and didn't realize this is what happened. So as far as Maris knows, the lady quote unquote bled out but could have lived. So if you're optimistic, she might have survived.
Okay, thanks.
But Phallus knows that there was no loose ends left behind.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I was definitely concerned at the beginning of the session because you guys, they're like detriments to not like helping people basically, which is fine mechanically. But you guys like looked inside of this this pub where people were like in immediate danger, and you're like, I guess we could probably leave that one.
Hey, Maris was like, we gotta help. Gordon was just a dick.
Gordon was also hurt.
Gordon's a big picture guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, at that point, I was like, oh, if they just skip over all of the content, it's going to be a very short session. Like, no, we keep moving. Yeah, we're going to avoid this. We're going to avoid this. Like, because technically you can. Like, you didn't have to fight things on like that platform. You don't have to like help Majid at all. You don't have to do anything.
And we
fuck Majid. He was an ass. No way I wanted to help him. I wanted to get to that realm gate and throw some forbidden knowledge.
So it's interesting because like both the Corsair archetype and your merchant, right, Maris?
Trade pioneer.
Trade pioneer.
So they're both considered the free people. So I would assume like as a culture type of thing, they would definitely like take offense to, you know, somebody trying to recruit them, conscript them, stuff like that.
Something that really disappointed me was, and it was something that I didn't think was going to happen at all. So you gave me hope, Dylan. You were like, I'm going to go in to this pub and I'm going to smash all the kegs to save everybody.
Oh, go downstairs.
And like, this is here. I'll read it out for you because I thought it was just perfect. So there are kegs below the main floor in that pub, and that's like where the spigots would have been fed from. But let me find it here. In the beer cellar, secure against the dead upstairs and full of flammable barrels of alcohol, also contain 4 barrels of White as a Ghost, which is the liquor that was added to this beer to make it so potent. They rattle and splinter as something inside attempts to escape from within. Each one contains a glaive wraith.
Nice.
So it's good I didn't go downstairs with my hammer smashing them.
But it also means that they will break out and murder people eventually.
Yeah, they will break out and murder people. So yes, they do, like, you guys never were aware of it, but like, yeah, they did break out and murdered the rest of the people there.
Glad Varys doesn't know that.
Yeah.
I-
As far as
I
we're
like
concerned, it's a better
the-
job. Well done.
I like the
Yeah.
little world building element there with like the tap and the brew coming from Shyish. That's neat.
Yeah, that's. I also imagine that like it was like purposefully done, like where these like these undead souls are like in these barrels. Like, you know how like a lot of alcohol gets its flavoring is through
the barrels.
through like the flavor of the wood that it's stored within. So I love this idea that like they're like, what could we add to our alcohol to give it like that extra punch? I know, the soul of the undead.
Well, it's a cute play on words too. I don't know if this is where it started, but the idea of like, oh, it's literally spirits, right?
Yes.
I suppose we should maybe wrap it up and thank the folks for watching, eh?
Yeah, that was good. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all the players here. You guys did great. Thank you very much for joining me this early morning.
Thanks for putting up with me.
And me.
It's easy. You guys are fun. Yeah, thanks for everybody who watched. And with that, I guess we're signing off.
Cool.
Until next time.
So long, everyone.
Take care, guys, and have a good day.
Okay, now I'm really signing off. Hi, Murray. Bye, Murray. We're still live? Weird.